2-8, the North Platte Plainsmen have started the season after fumbling a 3-game series in 2 days against the Liberal BJs, but now they welcome the Cage Rats Baseball Club to Billwood Field for a 3-game weekend series as they try to crack their first win of this regular season here in 2023. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Billwood Field in North Platte, Nebraska. And we're coming to you a little bit later than we would have normally. The rain delay pushed us back from a 6:35 start time to 7 p.m. There were reports of rain coming throughout the day. We didn't know when or what it would hit. We had some thunder earlier. Then the rain came in, but luckily we missed a good chunk of that storm. And by the time the rain came, it only rained for about 10 minutes. The field had to be tarped, so they're going to do some work on there now before we can head out for first pitch. But plenty of time before that 7 o'clock first pitch as the North Platte Plainsmen getting ready in today's game. They're facing a tough opponent, the Cage Rats Baseball Club. That is a team who went 2-1 earlier this season when they faced the Western Nebraska Pioneers. It was the Pioneers' second series of the season after they had swept the Plainsmen to begin the year. That one win that the Pioneers had, not technically official yet. That game was the one game in the middle that the Pioneers had a lead in. It was a 10-run lead going into about the third inning. And then on that day, the rain, the storms, the thunder, they all came to Gering, and they had to postpone the game. The umpires in that contest ruled that it was a suspended game playing under NCAA rules. So that game will be made up technically on the 30th. But as of right now, the Pioneers technically leading that game by 10 runs early on. As we look over at the Plainsmen side, they've been dealing with their own struggles coming into today's game. The biggest one has been defensively. Their last 5 games, 3 against the Liberal BJs, 2 against the Hayes Larks, they committed a grand total of 22 errors. That was not helped by a 10-error evening against the Larks earlier in a 15-12 loss. That's the kind of game that does not inspire a ton of confidence. And you'd think that normally that would get this team dejected, but it absolutely has not. Before today's game, the Plainsmen were loose on the field, as they have been all time, and they were playing a little bit of football down there on the field. Some of the players passing around the pigskin, having a lot of fun throwing the ball between themselves, running routes. Jared Jones, the head coach, even took a snap as quarterback and drew up a play, and then getting involved some of the interns and fans in the stands before that rain delay hit. And as the rain delay went on, maybe a new life brought to this team thanks to yesterday's starting pitcher, Justin Santos. Santos did not have a great outing last night. When he faced the Liberal BJs, he went 3 innings, allowed 10 runs on 6 hits. 9 of those runs were earned, 4 walks as well. However, he brought the good vibes to the rain delay, running around the infield, sliding on the tarp. Ever since then, he has changed out of his soggy baseball warm-up clothes and into a sweatshirt and his Plainsman shorts. Now trying to touch up the infield. Santos, one of those guys who does it all for this North Platte team. They have been in need of a win, in need of something to spark them, and maybe Justin Santos and the relaxed nature of today's rain delay will be what this team needs, getting them ready to go in this ball game. As we take a look at who the Plainsmen will trot out there on the field defensively, North Platte will take a look like this. Rui Yoshida will be at second base. He's leading off the ball game at the dish. As we look behind the plate, it'll be Ryan Kelly. Tucker Bond is at first base. Mitsuki Kono is at shortstop. Jovan Suarez is at third. The outfield from left to right will go Nick Hockmer, Zach Knowlton, and Kyle McConaughey. And on the mound for the Plainsmen in tonight's game, Sota Inden. Inden has come into this game with 2 starts. He has an 0-1 record. He's pitched 9 innings, allowed 6 runs, has 5 strikeouts, and really makes his presence known in more ways than just his ability to throw the ball on the mound, but it's what he wears on the mound, that banana yellow glove. He explained to me the importance of it on the broadcast a couple of days ago. Now he'll get his 3rd opportunity of the season, at least as a starter, and he'll do it against a really solid lineup for Cage Rats Baseball as they get ready and warm up before we have lineups exchanged and the eventual national anthem. We're going to have the colors presented by the local Boy Scouts troop here in North Platte as part of our Fill the Park Friday event, where local businesses have bought tickets for fans, and now they get to come out to the game and enjoy some Plainsmen baseball as they have come out in a fairly good number despite the rain and the inclement weather that looked like it might push a couple of people away. Instead, a lot of Plainsmen fans filling the stands here at Bill Wood Field. We're going to take a look at the starting lineup now for the Cage Rats baseball team. Leading off will be Holden Jatzula, the center fielder. After him will be Kobe DeJesus, the shortstop. Matthew Lemke will be the DH batting third. Blake Wilson will bat fourth in the cleanup role. Jimmy Fafniski will bat fifth. He'll be in right field. Ben Tate will be over at first base. The 7, 8, and 9 men, Matt Whiting, Nick Carlson, and Jake Alguin Pacheco, as they round out a lineup of very solid players for the Cage Rats. A lot of D1 talent on this club. The Cage Rats collegiate baseball team is an offshoot of a developmental program. Cage Rats baseball develops high school and middle school prospects in the Denver and Colorado Springs areas. They also attached to that program have a collegiate baseball team, that team based out of Colorado Springs, and is the one who has made the trip to Bill Wood Field. And a lot of pitchers, a lot of players who have played some top roles, as we're going to take a quick break for the national anthem with the colors presented by the Boy Scouts of North Platte. Welcome back to Bill Wood Field after the national anthem as we get set for the Plainsmen 9th game of the season. Still searching for that elusive first win, as getting ready to come out on the mound, Sota Inden, as we have a bit of a standoff on the first and third base side, and quickly Hideyoshi Kawahara is bested by the Cage Rats baseball team. So that standoff started quickly, ended quickly. The winner on that side for the Cage Rats, Gavin Duvall. At least that's the best we got from the roster that the Cage Rats gave us. Coming in today, we didn't have an official roster. They then gave us a roster that did not have numbers. They gave us a lineup without positions, and now we have the numbers and positions. However, we are still hoping that some more can be filled in by this Cage Rats team. Sota Inden on the bump, 2 games, 9 innings pitched, 10 hits, 6 earned runs allowed throughout the season. He has walked 6 batters and struck out 5. He has allowed 1 home run. That came in one of his earlier starts of the year against the Western Nebraska Pioneers. As the Plainsmen get ready to face a Cage Rats team that went 2-1 against that same Pios club and is now currently a part of the Rocky Mountain Baseball League. But against the Pioneers, they had off this ball game as Jatsala will be off this ball game as Jatsala will be playing in center field for the Cage Rats baseball. He's a JUCO player from the junior college in Paris, has a 7.5 perfect game rating, and is from Giddings, Texas. As the Plainsmen still hunting for that first win of the regular season, Sota Inden still taking his warm-up pitches out there on the bump. A cloudy day here at Bill Wood Field. The wind is blowing in strong from center field, keeping those flags blowing at a good clip. The rain has passed, at least for now, as so have some of those dark clouds that had us looking at a delay, as Inden working out the pitching rubber after the field was tarped, trying to get everything set for his motions. Looking ahead now to where the weather should be coming from, it is clear with some clouds in the sky and some dark clouds in the near horizon, but nothing too foreboding as we look to have a clean game here on a beautiful Friday night after the rain has passed at Billwood Field. As up comes Jatsala, 76 degrees and mostly cloudy after the sun had kept it in the 90s throughout all of today. As Inden is ready to throw out the first pitch of today's game, and it is in there for strike one. Sota Inden fires in a first pitch on a nice slower fastball, a bit of a cutter, so the count is now 0-1. Gets ready to fire on the next pitch. Ground ball on the infield. It will be a foul ball speared by Tucker Bond. So the count is now 0-2, and the Plainsmen find themselves now trying to early on fix some rights or some wrongs that didn't happen yesterday, and that was when they were up in the count 0-2 against batters. Their pitching staff was not able to get strikeouts. No pitcher recorded a strikeout in yesterday's game. That was between the three who took the 9 innings against the Liberal BJs. The 0-2 pitch, a little bit high for ball one. Jatsala, the lefty, at the plate. Swing and a miss, strike three. Sota Inden starts the day with a strikeout, and that's going to be out number one, his 6th K of the year, and that'll bring up Cody DeJesus. From the University of Houston, one of those D1 players they put on their roster, hit only 107 during the regular season with the Cougars, of 286 on base percentage, and was the 26th ranked shortstop in the state of Texas. As Inden fires the first pitch, and it's in there for strike one, another breaking ball. Sota Inden trying to get a quick 1-2-3 inning, or at least not allow a run against the Plainsmen before they come up to bat. As he fires his next pitch high, count is even one apiece. Inden, his last time out, went 5 innings, allowed 1 hit, a walk, and 5 strikeouts in that first game that the Plainsmen played against the Hayes Larks. That was an 8-3 loss. As the 1-1 pitch is a liner, it'll get past Tucker Bond in a right field. Cutting it off is McConaughey. That's a base hit. Stopping at first is DeJesus. And so a 1-out single to right has put a runner on for Matthew Lemke. Lemke, not his first time hitting at Billwood Field, and not going to be his first time against the North Platte Plainsmen. Spent last season with the Hastings Sodbusters of the Independence League. That was the league that the Plainsmen were a part of last season. And now we'll follow them as a member of the Rocky Mountain League. First pitch from Sota Inden is a line drive right over the head of the shortstop, Mitsuki Kono, but he's a good job of faking out DeJesus. So DeJesus can only move up to second base on the single, but it's 2 on with 1 man out, and the cleanup hitter, Blake Wilson. Wilson was one of the top hitters this past season for Kansas State. .351 batting average, a .444 on base percentage, and a .580 slugging. From Castle Pines, Colorado. He has 2 on, 1 out after 2 consecutive singles against the Plainsman righty. Inden fires in the first pitch. It's low for ball 1 in the dirt, and Ryan Kelly will take a few steps out in front of the plate to throw it back to Inden. Tucker Bond not holding the runner on first as the infield plays in double play depth. Jovan Suarez about 3 steps in. Here's the pitch in the dirt, ball 2. So the count is 2-0 with 1 man out. Matthew Lemke is at first. Kobe DeJesus is at second. Here's the 2-0 pitch from Inden. In the dirt, ball 3 skips off the chest plate of Kelly, and the runners think about going, but he's going to go out and walk them back to their respective bags. So the count is now 3-0 with 1 man out. As Sota Inden in quick danger of walking the bases loaded for Jimmy Fefinski. Inden readies the 3-0 pitch in there for strike 1. Wilson thought it was ball 4, took about a step down to first, but the home plate umpire, Joe Cassidy, says otherwise. Cassidy, the only umpire in today's game, so all the calls will be made by him. Inden fires, swing and a miss, that's strike 2. And he went for the 4-seam fastball and buries it down the middle. And all Blake Wilson can do is swing and miss. Full count, 1 man out, as the runner dancing off of second. Here's the pitch, that's a line drive, that'll get through the right side, a base hit. McConaughey will pick it off the wet grass, fires it off to home, but it's up the line, picked by Kelly, and the run scores into Jesus, so it's 1-0 Cage Rats. Down to second goes Matthew Lemke. That ball just found the hole between Bond and Yoshida, as Kyle McConaughey does a great job to play it off the outfield grass, but can't throw it on target. And Ryan Kelly backs it up and keeps it from going wild. As Kelly will talk to his pitcher after he struck out the first batter, Holden Zatala, and he'll bring up Jimmy Fefinski. Fefinski from Northeastern Community College. Excuse me, Northeastern University. There's another player from a Northeastern Community College that'll be later in the lineup in Nick Carlson. But now Fefinski from Big Ten Northeastern takes strike 1 on a changeup. It's 0-1. He did not play in this past season for Northeastern. However, he was the 2-time captain of his high school team, as the 0-1 pitch is a chopper, foul, strike 2. So the runners will have to go back to their individual bags. (0-2), 1 man out. Cage Rats now hold a 1-0 lead over the Plainsmen here in the top half of the first. Inden readies, fires it in high for ball 1. At second, Matthew Lemke. At first, Blake Wilson. At the dish, Jimmy Fefinski. Inden looking back. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Drop third strike. They're going to tag the runner, and that's out number 2. So both outs have come on strikeouts. That one a drop third strike. Kelly just quickly applied the tag. And so now 2 outs for Ben Tate. Tate went to Hill College, a JUCO program, this past season. He was a first-year, played both in the infield and the outfield. He's from Keller, Texas. Today he will be the first baseman, and he's batting 6th. With 2 on and 2 out, already a 1-run lead behind them. First pitch from Inden, outside, ball 1. Kelly trying to settle his pitcher down after some good strikes, but some wild balls have made the count 1-0 with 2 on and 2 outs. Inden will step off the mound and fake a throw back to second, trying to keep Lemke honest. As we see Mitsuki Kono, the shortstop, dancing between the bag and his regular spot as the fielding shortstop, trying to hold him to that second base bag. The 1-0 pitch is fouled behind the plate, so the count is even at 1 apiece. And new baseballs brought out to the home plate umpire, Joe Cassidy. The righty Tate, ready at the plate. Inden fires the 1-1. in there for strike two. A fastball right over the outside corner. And so now the Plainsmen ahead in the count 1-2, looking for their third strikeout of the inning. Readies and fires. Swing and a miss, strike three. 3 outs, 3 Ks for Sota Indin, but a run does score after 3 hits. We go to the bottom of the first inning, the Plainsmen down a run.
Looking to unleash your inner cowboy or cowgirl? Check out KJ's Boots and Western.
iCare.com.
Welcome back to Billwood Field. The Plainsmen trailing 1-0 as we go to the bottom half of the first inning here between these two sides after a run scored after 3 singles. And now on the mound for Cage Rats, it'll be Josh Miller, one of 2 pitchers on their squad named Miller. This one a right-hander. They have another one who is a lefty. He will not be getting the start in today's affair, as the Plainsmen will trot out a batting lineup that looks like this. Leading off is the second baseman, Rui Yoshida. After Yoshida, it'll be Mitsuki Kono, the shortstop. He'll be followed by Jovan Suarez down at third. The cleanup man, Ryan Kelly, hitting .500. He will bat fourth. Zach Knowlton will bat fifth, followed by Nick Hockmer in the 6th hole. And rounding out the lineup, Kyle McConaughey, Tucker Bond, and Braden Zirkle. Meanwhile, defensively, they're going to take a look behind Josh Miller will the Cage Rats. Catching for him is Carlson. Over at first is Tate. Whiting at second. DeJesus down at short, and at third is Wilson. Pacheco is in left field. Jatsola in center, and Fafinski will be out in right field to complete the outfield, as the Cage Rats will look to stymie the bats who started to come alive yesterday against the Liberal B. Third, the Plainsmen bats are able. Yoshida readies, and he'll face the first pitch. It's in there for strike one off the inside corner. Yoshida had to back up a bit, but that strike just found part of the plate. So the 0-1 pitch from Josh Miller is a line drive over to the second baseman, speared by Whiting onto first in time. That's out number 1. A one-hopper over to Whiting down there at second, but he was able to field it cleanly off the dry dirt that was tarped up before today's game and just flip it easily over to Ben Tate. And so Mitsuki Kono, who's been taking a lot of games recently as the leadoff hitter, will bat second. Yesterday, he went 1 for 4 with a run scored on a walk as the first pitch is outside. That's ball 1. He also drove in a run and was one of the rally starters for the Plainsmen. He got a walk with 2 outs in the third in that 5-run inning as he swings over the top of a fastball. It's 1-1. Miller readies and fires. Strike 2 looking. Right around the belt, and it comes over the outside part of the plate. So now a 1-2 count to Mitsuki Kono from Josh Miller. Miller takes his toe taps and fires. Outside, count is even 2 apiece. Kono has walked twice this season. 1 was yesterday. Trying to work the count here, even at 2 with 1 man out. Swinging a little looper into left field. It will be caught by the shortstop, DeJesus, and that's out number 2. Did not have enough carry off of Kono's bat to find the outfield grass, and DeJesus had to run a couple of steps, but he was able to make it at that catch. And so now with 2 men out, the cleanup hitter, Jovan Suarez, who struggled to start the season, but yesterday, and especially in the second game the day before, found his swing and is now hitting .211 as the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Miller takes a little bit off it and just dots it over the top of the plate. Miller will fire in the 0-1 pitch, foul to the backstop, and so now Jovan Suarez down 0-2. Miller will try and get the Cage Rats back to bat with a 1-run lead after a clean first. And he will quickly fire in the 0-2. Swing and a pop-up on the infield. Miller taking a couple of steps back, calls everybody off, and a close play on the infield He takes the ball away from Ben Tate. That will be out number 3. So disaster averted on an infield pop-up as the Cage Rats go to the second, up 1-0.
Great Plains Foot and Ankle, providing quality health care since 1991. Great Plains Foot and Ankle is the perfect place to go for any foot pains. And with no referrals needed, it's as easy as ever to schedule an appointment with them today.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff, with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleaning, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates, with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Miller Coors provides beer to Bellwood Field for the 2023 season. From Coors Banquet and Light to Budweiser and other Bud products, the Plainsmen are proud to have Miller Coors provide beverages for all Plainsmen home games, and please drink responsibly.
1-0, the Cage Rats lead your Plainsmen as we go to the top half of the second inning at Bellwood Field, a little bit later than we would have due to the rain delay that came our way. And now Sota Inden climbs the mound once again. He will face the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Cage Rats: Matt Whiting, Nick Carlson, and Jake Olgin Pacheco. As Sota Inden got 3 strikeouts in the first inning. He also left college. He had a 9 rating on perfect game, hit .261 at Blinn. As he goes after the first pitch, unable to hold up his bat, it's 0-1. Inden has been throwing a steady stream of fastballs and cutters as the 0-1 pitch is foul tipped into the glove of Kelly, so quickly 0-2. Inden doesn't like the sign from the catcher, Kelly. Now he does. He will ready to fire the 0-2 pitch. Just outside, it's ball 1. Both teams today are wearing dark uniforms. The Cage Rats in their navy blues with silver gray striping and white numbers. The Plainsmen in their black uniforms with white piping and white lettering, green text. The 1-2 pitch is a little bit high, so count even 2 apiece. From Sota Inden after he started the batter, 0-2. As Whiting, the righty, takes his practice hats, now settles into the batter's box. Inden has it, kicks and fires, swinging a fly ball into right center field. McConaughey moving back, stops, makes the catch, out number 1. Kyle McConaughey had to quickly move back, settle under it, but harmlessly lands in his glove. And so Nick Carlson will come up with 1 man out. This is the man from Northeast Community College. He spent 4 years playing for his local Legion team at the highest level. From Kearney, Nebraska, a nearby kid, playing some games mostly local as the first pitch is in there for strike 1 on the outside part of the plate. Inden has been quickly firing these pitches in as he already is ready for the 0-1. Ground ball on the infield, moving over, it's Mitsuki Kono. Has it onto first in time. Mitsuki Kono moving to his left, fields it cleanly, transfers it cleanly, and fires it into Tucker Bond in time. And there are quickly 2 men out for the 9-hole hitter, Olgin Pacheco. And Olgin Pacheco, one of the few players who's not a JUCO player, trying to move up to a D1 school or already a D1 player at Division II, Colorado State University, Pueblo. As the pitch is in there for strike 1 at the top part of the plate, looked about letter high. And so Pacheco can do nothing with that strike. 0-1 the count from Inden, who comes set and fire. In there for strike 2, takes a little bit off that fastball, but still is able to hit it outside. And so now already ahead in his count, 0-2 against Pacheco. Here's the pitch, just outside. Kelly able to glove it, but the count is now 1-2. After Olgin Pacheco, it'll be Holden Jatsula, who struck out to lead off the ball game. Indin readies and fires. That's going to be a line drive into left field. It'll be a base hit. Hockmer will field it off the ground, fire it on, and so a 2-out single to left will bring up the top of the order for the Cage Rats and Holden Jatsula. Jatsula led off the ball game by going down on the count 0-2. He then worked it to 2-2, but struck out against Sota Indin, who will look to get through this inning with no damage done, but a runner on first, and the 9-hole hitter now facing the top of the order as he checks the runner at first, but he's back in time. The lefty Jatsula will await his first pitch from Sota Indin, and he hits a hot shot up the middle through the glove of Yoshida. Dives, can't make the play. Over to third is Pacheco. Throw is off the line, cut off by Jovan Suarez. He will fake a throw to second, but holding the ball. So Jatsula down to second, Olgan Pacheco down to third, and it's 2 on with 2 men out. And Kobe DeJesus, who singled in the first inning, came around to score the first run of this ball game. And that was a tough double that Rui Yoshida could do nothing about other than dive and hope would kick off his glove. And Jovan Suarez, after a throw that was a little bit up the line by Kyle McConaughey, does a smart job, does not throw it down to second, so the Plainsmen keep the ball in the infield, and the first pitch is over the plate for strike 1. Infield plays at about normal depth. Suarez about 1 step in from where he normally plays. The 0-1 is a ground ball on the infield towards Yoshida. It's up his glove. That's the base hit. 1 run scores. Coming in is Jatsula. The throw is high, and Sota Indin gloves it, but 2 runs cross the plate. It's 3-0 Cage Rats. The 2 RBI single by Kobe DeJesus. Another tough ground ball that Rui Yoshida can do nothing other than dive at, and unable to make the play. So now 3-0 in the second, as Matthew Lemke, who singled to left field, will come to the dish. Indin will fire the first pitch high for ball 1. Matthew Lemke from Mount Olive, New Jersey, has made his way all the way out to the Midwest for college at Kansas State, and here to the Cage Rats for collegiate summer ball, as the next pitch is high and tight, so the count is 2-0. Against the 3-hitter Lemke, who played last summer with the Hastings Sodbusters, and will look to continue this 2-run second for the Cage Rats. And that's the first strike from Sota Indin as he gets Lemke to swing over the top of it. Down at first is Kobe DeJesus, already 2 for 2 in today's game. As the 2-1 pitch, and he gets Lemke to go again, so the count is now 2-2. Two to the count, 2 men out. Runner at first and Kobe DeJesus facing Matthew Lemke. And Indin will step off the mound and fake a throw back to first, as DeJesus was trying to trick him to throw over back and hoping for a misplay. Now the 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That will retire the side. The Plainsmen get out of it, but they allow 2 runs against them. We will go to the bottom half of the second with North Platte trailing 3-0.
The Nebraska Lottery. From the Mega Millions to the jackpot and the Nebraska Pick 5, the Nebraska Lottery has it all. And with realtors all over the state, it's as easy as ever to try your luck on the lottery. And please remember to gamble responsibly.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think Ticket Smarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at ticketsmarter.com.
Looking to unleash your inner cowboy or cowgirl? Check out KJ's Boots and Western Wear. They have everything you need to embrace the Western lifestyle. Find the perfect fit, whether it's boots, hats, or apparel. Step into a world of Western style at KJ's Boots and Western Wear.
On a day that started sunny, turned to drizzle, and has now returned to partly cloudy, the Plainsmen trail 3-0 against the Cage Rats as we enter the bottom half of the second inning, with a 4, 5, and 6 men due up after Josh Miller went 1-2-3 to start this ball game and has gotten plenty of support from his bats. 6 hits already for the Cage Rats, 3 runs. However, they have left 3 men on as Sota Indin has been able to settle them down where it matters as the Plainsmen will bring Ryan Kelly up to hit first, and Kelly has been one of the hottest players the Plainsmen have had to start the season. 5 of 10 through the first 8 games. Has driven in 3 runs. Has a home run already to his name. 9 total bases. As the first pitch from Miller, in there for strike 1. Kelly took a step at it, but decided not to swing, so the count is 0-1 after a close pitch. Here's the next offering. Fouls it back into the screen, 0-2. Plainsmen were in 0-2 counts back in the first, but Miller was unable to record a strikeout, had a ground out, a line out, and a pop-up. As the 0-2 pitch to Kelly is just a little high, so the count is now 1-2. One-two to Ryan Kelly, and he has to duck down as that pitch would have been right around his collarbone, so the count evens at 2 apiece. Wind still blowing in from center field, flapping around the flags as the 2-2 pitch inside, dropped by the catcher, so we're all full up after Kelly went down 0-2. And now has it full. Josh Miller, after the 1-2-3 first, will fire in the full count pitch. Foul ball off towards the right side. It will get out of play and in towards the parking lot. In the last series against the Liberal BJs, we were all hoping that a foul ball would clang off the team bus that the BJs brought with them to North Platte. No team bus for the Cage Rats today as a 3-2 pitch. Outside ball for a leadoff walk. Ryan Kelly works his way back from being down 0-2 to a walk and is on first base. That's his 3rd of the season, and it will bring up Zach Knowlton, who had his struggles entering yesterday, was hitting just 100 as he fakes a bunt, but that pitch is in there for strike 1. And coming into the day before, Knowlton was looking even worse for a 1 of 13, and a good game yesterday has brought his batting average up to 160 as the next pitch is in the dirt. Count is 1-1. 1-1, man at first, and Ryan Kelly to Zach Knowlton. And it's inside, ball 2. Knowlton, in his last game, had 2 singles and scored twice. The 2-1 pitch is a ground ball towards the shortstop, flips it onto second, bare hands over to first, just late. So an infield fielder's choice, almost amazingly, is out at second as Nick Hockmer comes to the plate, hitting .313 on the year. And the only Plainsman who to date has been picked off trying to steal a base as the 1-0 pitch is in the dirt. The first pitch is in the dirt, it's 1-0. Miller comes set. He will fire in the 1-0, and that's over the outside part of the plate, strike 1. Hockmer is ready, and he hits a foul ball off towards the left of the press box, a screecher that just misses hitting the facade and goes off towards the parking lot, so the count is 1-2. As Miller ready to throw the 1-2, runner goes, fly ball hit in the air towards center field. Having it is the second baseman Whiting, so it's a pop-up, and that'll be out number 2. Back to first in time is Zach Knowlton. Knowlton tried to steal second, but due to the pop-up had to race his way back to first. And so with 2 outs, the Plainsmen at risk of stranding yet another runner with Kyle McConaughey at the dish. Miller coming set and fires. Strike 1. So the count is 0-1 from Josh Miller. The sophomore from Ruston, Louisiana, throws it high and tight. Count even 1 apiece. And McConaughey had to corkscrew his way around to not get hit by the pitch. Runner goes from first. Fly ball hit in the air center field. Jatsula will move over, says he has it, and he does. And that retires the side. Plainsmen strained another once more. We go to the third inning, 3-0 Cage Rats.
Nebraska Land Bank. Nebraska Land provides big bank services with the benefits of a local establishment. With 3 locations in North Platte, Nebraska Land provides home loans and personal accounting services along with business service as well.
North Platte Regional Airport. With 2 daily flights to Denver, North Platte Regional Airport is just 1 short connection away from any destination in the world, all with short lines and personal service. Remember on your next flight to fly with North Platte.
Pepsi. From providing beverages to Plainsmen home games to being in the local deli's drink cooler, Pepsi is proud to support the North Platte Plainsmen, and our thanks to them for keeping the drink coolers stocked and ready at Billwood Field.
Scottsbluff County Visitors Bureau. Located just 3 hours from North Platte, Scottsbluff County features some of the most stunning landmarks in the state. From Chimney Rock to the surrounding hills and bluffs, Scottsbluff County has it all for your outdoor exploring dreams.
You might be able to hear our press box cheering about it. The find the baseball while blindfolded promotion as he goes down fumbling for it, and he finally has it after missing it about once or twice. As we go to the third inning at Billwood Field, 3-0 your score. The Cage Rats leading the Plainsmen Sota Inden on the mound after allowing 2 runs in the last frame, but working his way out of some trouble in tonight's game. And if you're watching it on the YouTube stream, you may have noticed one thing about it, that banana yellow glove. I mentioned it a lot when he pitched against the Larks, and if you were watching the doubleheader against the BJs, you would have heard him up in the broadcast booth with me talking about the significance of his banana yellow glove. Back in Japan, when he was in high school, one of his friends had a baseball glove just that color. As up to the plate is Blake Wilson. He singled his first at-bat. Inden liked the glove of his teammate as the first pitch is in there for strike 1. And after deciding to come to the States for college, he felt homesick and missed playing in Japan, so he got a baseball glove that was banana yellow, just like his friends, to remind him of home while out on the mound. As that next pitch is in there, count is 0-2. Sota Inden, 0-2 the count to the first batter in this frame, the sophomore from Sussex Community College in Sussex, New Jersey, and he'll step off the mound and readjust himself. Pitched 40 1/3 innings in college, had a 3.34 ERA, struck out 34. As the 0-2 is a ground ball towards the left side, it'll be a foul ball. Count remains 0-2. Started 6 games while in college. 2 of those were complete games and a 3-3 record as he looks to settle down after allowing 3 runs in 2 innings and keep the Plainsmen, who have had some hot bats this season but just have not been able to find their stroke, in this game. The 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss, got him. Sota Inden gets his 5th strikeout of the ball game as Jimmy Fafinski will come up to the plate. As Fafinski, the right fielder, struck out his first time up back in the first inning, as Inden ready to go as we're about to have the lights kick on here at Bill Wood Field with the clouds in the sky starting to darken as the first pitch is low. It's ball 1. We have some imposing clouds moving our way, but nothing too strenuous in terms of rain potential. But either way, it's 7:38, so darkness will be coming soon as the 1-0 pitch is just low. It's ball 2. It looked like Fafinski could have swung, but he checks his swing. So the count is 2-0 with 1 man out. And it's low, ball 3. The first batter went down 0-2. The next batter goes up 3-0 against Sota Inden, tonight's starter. He will fire it into the righty, strike 1. And he took something off his fastball there, just looking for command, and he's able to find the plate, so 3-1 the count to the right fielder. Inden kicks and fires. It'll hit in the dirt, ball 4, and a 1-out walk for Fafinski as the ball rolls its way to the backstop, but Ryan Kelly picks it up before Fafinski can even think about making his way down to second. So Ben Tate struck out to end the first inning, his first time up. Will now come with a runner on and 1 man out, infield playing in double play depth. Against Tate, the first year from Keller, Texas, who goes to Hill Junior College. Inden will step off the mound and touch up the rosin bag, trying to get his grip going. Tate from Keller, Texas, the same hometown as Jeff Bannister, the former manager of the Texas Rangers, as the first pitch is in the dirt for ball 1. Kelly able to locate it behind him, so staying on first is Jimmy Fafinski. Bannister was the manager of the Rangers from 2015 through 2018, led them to the playoffs, but not again, and shares that hometown with Ben Tate. In the dirt, ball 2, skips in front of the plate, down to second, no throw, so Jimmy Fafinski advances on a wild pitch. Runner at second with 1 man out. And the count is 2-0. And now Davin Conway, the assistant coach, will call for time, and he will go out and talk to Sota Inden. Inden started this inning with a strikeout. The next batter he walked on 5 pitches and has thrown 3 straight balls. 7 of his last 8 pitches have missed the strike zone, as he will get a talking to by Conway, trying to settle down with the Plainsmen already trailing 3-0 as they still search for that elusive first win of this regular season, as we have the home plate umpire Joe Cassidy out there to break up the mound visit and get this town hall meeting over with. He will come in and fix the mound as Conway will walk his way back to the plate. Ryan Kelly will finish his conversation as Inden continues to have some words about defensive positionment for this next batter with his infielders, as Mitsuki Kono, Rui Yoshida, and Jovan Suarez will go back to their respective positions. Infield at double play depth, 1 man out, runner at second base. They are still pinching towards the middle against Ben Tate, and he takes ball 3. Ball's away, throw down to third, picked by Suarez. But another wild pitch has moved a run that would make it 4-0, 90 feet away with just 1 out, and the count is 3-0. So the infielders, now in a 3-0 count with no runner to hold on second base, will stop pinching up the middle and will now play a regular positioning. 3-0 the count, one man out. In there for strike one. Fafinski broke towards home as he thought he may have had a chance to go in under the throw, but instead makes his way back to third. 3-1, one man out to Ben Tate. As the righty Indian fires it in, ball four. So Ben Tate walks, and after two straight walks, it's runners at the corner with still one man out to Matt Whiting, who flew out to right field to begin the second inning of work from Sota Indin. And now has a chance to drive in at least one run. Check at the runner at first, but he's back in time. The infield has taken about a step each of their own towards the bag in case of a ground ball on the infield, trying to get out of this inning without a run scored as the next pitch is fouled off into the protective netting behind home plate. Count is 0-1. White from Blinn Junior College, born in Houston, Texas. As a check back at the runner at first, dives in, but back in plenty of time. Whiting, after hitting .261 in his college season, swings at a ball on the ground over to Kono. Kono to Yoshida. Yoshida on to first. Double play in time, and the Plainsmen get out of the inning. No run scored. Sota Indin works his way through trouble. 3-0 as we go to the bottom of the third.
Looking to unleash your inner cowboy or cowgirl? Check out KJ's Boots and Western Wear. They will have you looking sharp for Nebraska Land days. Whether it's boots, hats, or apparel, KJ's Boots and Western Wear will have you stepping into a world of Western style.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Clear Focused Eye Care, with comprehensive optometry service ranging from exams, corrective lenses, and treatments for dry eye. Clear Focus is your one-stop shop for any visual needs you have. Check them out at clearfocuseyecare.com.
Sota Indin, the Plainsman starter, gets a double play, 6-4-3, to get out of a runners at the corners with one man out situation in the top half of the third as we make our way to the last of the third at Bill Wood Field between the Plainsmen and the Cage Rats, 3-0 Cage Rats, as the Plainsmen will bring their 8, 9, and 1 man up to the plate, still looking for their first hit of the game against Josh Miller. It'll be Tucker Bond who will lead it off. And of the Bond boys, Tucker has had a lot more luck than his brother Sam, hitting .222 with 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, 4 hits. However, the batters that they were advertised as power hitters have still yet to come, as Tucker has yet to hit anything past first base. As the warm-up throw by the catcher Carlson goes all the way into center field, and they have to wait for Holden Jatzolo to throw it back on the infield. Tucker Bond leading off the third against Josh Miller, who was not allowed to hit through his first 2 innings of work. First pitch is in there for ball 1. He has allowed a walk and a man to reach on a fielder's choice. Those were back-to-back, but has stayed out of the hit column. The 1-0 pitch is swung on and a hack off towards the road. Count evens 1 apiece. As Miller readies himself and will throw the 1-1 pitch, swinging a high fly ball to right field. Fafanski moves towards the foul line, and he will dive and make the catch in foul territory. Out number 1. Fafanski lays out, makes the catch and that will retire Tucker Bond. So now the 9-hole hitter, Braden Zirkle, who will be at DH today, has played second base all season long, but the reason why they have moved him to the DH spot has been he's committed 4 errors in the field, and he will take the first pitch for strike one. He's hitting .231 on the season, has walked 3 times, and now with a man out, we'll look to get something going for the Plainsmen as the 1-0 pitch now moves to 1-1. Count is even to Braden Zirkle. The 1-1 pitch, strike 2. As Miller, looking for his first strikeout of today's contest, has yet to get that. All the outs have been put into play, most of them into the air. The 1-2 pitch to Braden Zirkle. Low, ball 2, count even 2-2. With one man out, to the designated hitter, Braden Zirkle. Zirkle, one of the players from Highland Community College who Jared Jones brought over. 2-2 pitch in there, freezes him looking, strike 3 called, and there's the first strikeout for Josh Miller as he goes his first time through the batting order without allowing a single hit. And with 2 men out, it's Rui Yoshida. He grounded out to Whiting in his first at-bat. That led off the ball game. Yoshida will ready on the first pitch and takes it high for ball 1. 1-0 the count, 2 men out. To the leadoff hitter as the pitch is in there for strike 1, catches the outside and high corner. With 2 men out, Miller will throw it, and a ground ball hit foul. Catches the plate and then catches the back leg of Rui Yoshida, so the count is 1-2. Yoshida from Clarendon College hit .341 while at school, hitting .227 entering today with the Plainsmen. See why he's the leadoff man as there's a line drive into right field. That's the base hit, the first of tonight's game. Yoshida slings a hot baseball through the hole, and Whiting not able to get over in time, so Mitsuki Kono will hit with the man on first and 2 outs as the Plainsmen have finally entered the hit column in today's game. And Kono hitting .267 on the season, lined out on a little looper to the shortstop to Jesus back in the first as there's a ground ball on the infield covered by Wilson. Wilson on to first in time. That will end the inning. The Plainsmen find the hit column, but not the run column. It's 3-0 as we go to the 4th.
Great Plains Foot and Ankle, providing quality health care since 1991. Great Plains Foot and Ankle is the perfect place to go for any foot pains. And with no referrals needed, it's as easy as ever to schedule an appointment with them today.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff. With top-notch dentists in 3 locations, you can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleaning, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates, with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Miller Coors provides beer to Bellwood Field for the 2023 season. From Coors Banquet and Light to Budweiser and other Bud products, the Plainsmen are proud to have Miller Coors provide beverages for all Plainsmen home games, and please drink responsibly.
The Plainsmen get their first hit of tonight's game, but not their first run as Plainsman Pete wins his second race of the season. I don't know if he's sure, but Plainsman Pete, who yesterday was tripped up by the third baseman Jovan Suarez in an attempt to let the kids win, has won his second race of the year as we're 6 games into the Plainsman homestand. And will celebrate the win despite the boo birds coming from the bleachers. So Pete's record will now move to 2-4 as the Plainsmen enter the fourth inning against the Cage Rats, down 3-0. Sota Inton will face the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. Nick Carlson will lead it off, the catcher. He grounded out to Mitsuki Kono to begin this second inning. It was 2 outs after he came to the plate, and then they strung together 3 consecutive hits to score 2 runs. As the first pitch is in the dirt, it's ball 1. Carlson, another catching option for this team. One of a few they have as he hits that ball on the ground. Kono will make the play again, fires it onto first. It is in time. 2 at-bats for Nick Carlson, 2 groundouts to Mitsuki Kono, and that's out number 1. As Sota Inton has settled down after allowing 3 runs over 2 innings. His last frame, he got a strikeout and a double play to work out of a jam. Now trying to get a little more comfortable on the mound here in the fourth inning as Jake Olgin Pacheco will come to the plate. He singled to start that hit parade in the second, and he takes strike 1. Inton, after the fastball, will throw one outside. Count is 1-1. Has amassed 5 strikeouts in today's contest. And the 1-1 pitch is away, ball 2. Olgin Pacheco had a fairly confident bat while at CSU Pueblo during his past season, looking to translate that to the Cage Rats. It's hit on the ground towards first, fielded by Tucker Bond. He will flip it to Kono. Flips it to Sota Inton, who covers first base. That's out number 2. As Sota Inton does a nice job of fielding his position, running over to the first base, and not watching the play develop, as the hustle barely beats out the running of Olgin Pacheco. So now it's 2 outs for Holden Jatsula, who doubled his last time and takes ball 1 outside. He doubled, moved Olgin Pacheco over to third, and scored on the single by Kobe DeJesus. The 1-0 pitch is in there for strike 1. Inton takes a little bit off of that pitch and evens the count 1-1 after hitting the outside part of the plate. Here's the pitch, ground ball on the infield. Bond has that play eat him up, but he'll take it to first himself. So 3 batters, 3 groundouts for Sota Inton as we make our way to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Still 3-0 Cage Rats.
The Nebraska Lottery. From the Mega Millions to the jackpot and the Nebraska Pick 5, the Nebraska Lottery has it all. And with realtors all over the state, it's as easy as ever to try your luck on the lottery. And please remember to gamble responsibly.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Looking to unleash your inner cowboy or cowgirl? Check out KJ's Boots and Western Wear. They have everything you need to embrace the Western lifestyle. Find the perfect fit, whether it's boots, hats, or apparel. Step into a world of Western style at KJ's Boots and Western Wear.
Bottom half of the fourth inning we go. The Plainsmen trailing 3-0, but they break through the hit column in the last inning, now looking to break through the run column as Josh Miller will work his way back on the mound. He had his first strikeout last inning and has worked a masterful ball game to this point. 3 innings, 1 hit allowed, 1 strikeout, and a load of outs. But for the Plainsmen, one encouraging sign, the number of flyouts he has allowed. As coming to the plate will be Jovan Suarez. Suarez will make his way to the plate. He popped up to the pitcher on a weird little infield play back to end the first inning, and he takes strike one on the inside of the plate. That pop-up converged Miller and Tate, but ended the inning as there's a ground ball over to the left side to Jesus, the shortstop, picks it onto first, and a nice stretch by the first baseman, Tate. That'll be out number one. So Ryan Kelly, who came in today 5 of 10 on the season, he walked his first at-bat. But was taken off on the ground out, 6-4. They were not able to turn a double play to Zachary Knowlton, as the first pitch is off the shoulder of Ryan Kelly, so a hit by pitch with one man out. And that will bring up Zach Knowlton. As joining us on the broadcast is one of the Plainsmen catchers, a new addition to the team relatively, Carmelo Ortiz. Carmelo, thank you for joining me on the broadcast. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing quite well, as the first pitch is fouled off towards the left side. First question I want to ask you is, what got you to come out to North Platte for the summer to play for the Plainsmen?
I just wanted to get a different experience from the city life and just to play baseball with a bunch of new people.
Yeah, I mean, you go to Milwaukee Area Technical. You're from the Milwaukee area. How different is North Platte from Milwaukee, Wisconsin?
It's a complete different change. Like, I live in the city, grew up in the city, so everything's like traffic, always new people. But over here, it's like the same people, and just the environment's different. It's quiet over here, and it really allows me to focus on myself.
And what has been your favorite thing that you have done here in North Platte while with the Plainsmen in this new town, new community?
I really, just going out with the team, like going to the pool with them, and then just like when you're out, everybody in the town really knows you, so I really enjoy it here.
Again, what is that team chemistry like? We're only about 2.5 weeks into the season, but it seems like you guys are already pretty close together.
Yeah, so I feel like we all have a really close bond that we got within 2 weeks, and it's just you can feel it in the dugout, like during the game. Even though we haven't really won any games, it still feels really good to be around the guys, and they always encourage you to do better. Even if you make a mistake, nobody's going to put you down.
Yeah, and speaking of that, we had a rain delay before today's game, and it looked like everyone was having fun. Just kind of, who leads off that? Who is the person on the team who really gives out the most fun and kind of brings those vibes to this club?
It's not really one person only. I think it's a collective thing. But most of all, I think it was Justin Santos started off today for us.
As the throw towards the plate is on the line, runner scores, throw down to third is not in time. So a run scores. The Plainsmen have a man 90 feet away, and it's a 2-run ball game. Carmelo, I got to ask you, on games like this and in situations like that, is there one person in the dugout who's really leading the charge and really starting a rally?
Yeah, but that person happens not to be here today, which was Major. But ever since Major's left, I really feel like Peyton is he's a really good guy for that.
As the first pitch to Kyle McConaughey, skied in the air towards left field. Is there anything you're looking forward to coming up with the Plainsmen?
I'm looking forward to the long road trips that we have. That way we can build team chemistry, and I feel like long road trips like that can they always bring teams closer together and ready for more baseball.
Who was the person who got you out here to North Platte that recruited you to come and join the Plainsmen?
It was the head coach actually from last year, but even though I signed my contract with him and he left, Chuck and Myra really allowed me to come out here, and I really appreciate that, and I couldn't thank them enough.
All right, and the last question I'm going to ask you, what has it been like now working, playing under Jared Jones as your head coach so far this season?
I really love it. If I have any questions for him, he can always answer them, baseball or like life questions, and he's always ready to answer and always ready to help players.
All right, well, Carmelo, we appreciate you taking the time, coming up here and joining me in the broadcast booth today. Good luck the rest of your season. We hope to have you up here again some point later in the year.
Okay, thank you.
Absolutely. Carmelo Ortiz joining us in the broadcast booth, and the Plainsmen score a run. We will head to the 5th inning. It is a 3-1 ball game.
Nebraska Land Bank. Nebraska Land provides big bank services with the benefits of a local establishment. With 3 locations in North Platte, Nebraska Land provides home loans and personal accounting services along with business service as well.
North Platte Regional Airport. With 2 daily flights to Denver, North Platte Regional Airport is just one short connection away from any destination in the world, all with short lines and personal service. Remember on your next flight to fly with North Platte.
Pepsi. From providing beverages to Plainsmen home games to being in the local deli's drink cooler, Pepsi is proud to support the North Platte Plainsmen, and our thanks to them for keeping the drink coolers stocked and ready at Billwood Field.
Scottsbluff County Visitors Bureau. Located just 3 hours from North Platte, Scottsbluff County features some of the most stunning landmarks in the state. From Chimney Rock to the surrounding hills and bluffs, Scottsbluff County has it all for your outdoor exploring dreams.
Well, Carmelo Ortiz joins us on the broadcast. The Plainsmen score a run. It is now a 3-1 ball game here in North Platte, and maybe we need to have people up here every single inning. Since we started having players, interns, everyone on the broadcast, Plainsmen have been rallying during those innings. Could it be a good luck charm? I do not know. Asota Indon will work his 5th inning on the mound, and he starts it out with strike 1 to Kobe DeJesus, who has singled twice in this ball game in his 2 at-bats. Driven in 2 runs the second time and scored back in the first. As the 0-1 pitch will clang in the dirt, count is 1-1. DeJesus from Houston University hails from DeBolie, Texas. Hit 107 during the regular season with the Cougars, and will take the 1-1 pitch in the dirt, ball 2-1. As Indon has settled down in this ball game, especially last inning, got 3 outs on 3 quick ground outs. As the 2-1 pitch is a little liner into right field, that will be a base hit. McConaughey will cut it off on the deep side. Over to second goes to Jesus. The throw is Justin with the runner, but he will be up in there standing. So a leadoff double to right field for the Cage Rats, and that'll bring up Matthew Lemke. Lemke singled to left field and has struck out already in this game. The former sodbuster, who has faced the Plainsmen before, knows how to hit at Billwood Field. Kid out of Mount Olive, New Jersey. And he will get ready to face the first pitch. And it's in there for strike 1. Count is 0-1. Lemke readies on the 0-1 pitch. It is a fly ball hit in the air to center field. Moving back is Knowlton. That ball will get down. Into score is Kobe DeJesus. Cutting it off is Knowlton. Pulling into second with another double is Matthew Lemke. And so a 1-run double has brought it back to being a 3-run ball game. It's 4-1. And Lemke has done his damage against the Plainsmen. Up Blake Wilson, he singled and drove in a run back in the first, and is struck out back in the third against Sota Indon. As Indon will go towards the rosin bag to dry up his hands. With the runner on second, nobody out, and after a good 4th inning, trying not to let this 5th inning put the Plainsmen in too much of a hole, down by only 3 runs, which has been a somewhat usual deficit for this team throughout the season, as he will get ready to pitch to Blake Wilson after the home plate umpire grabs some more baseballs. Lemke last season standing now on second base with the Hastings Sodbusters, hit 149, had 2 doubles and a triple with only 11 hits. Today, he has fared much, much better. As Indon will throw the first pitch to Wilson, a liner up the middle. That's going to be a base hit into center field. Knowlton will cut it off, and he will keep the runners at the corners. But with nobody out, the first 3 batters have all reached on base hits. And that will bring up Jimmy Fabinski. He walked his last time, struck out in the first. As Inden will try and work out of a jam. The corners are drawn in. The middle infielders are playing at double play depth against the righty. It is in the dirt for ball one. Count is 1-0. After Fabinski will be Ben Tate. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a ground ball over to the second baseman. Flip to Kono. Kono to first in time. Double play. The run scores, but the Plainsmen get 2 outs. So it's a 5-1 ball game. But the double play will clear the bases and put 2 outs on the board. 4-6-3, the sac hit. And that'll bring up Ben Tate. Tate has struck out and walked in today's game. He was the victim of the double play back in the 3rd inning that ended that frame, and he takes ball 1 in the dirt, skips past Ryan Kelly. Inden allowing 2 runs in this inning. We'll throw the next one. It's a line drive right back to Sota. Inden, what a snag. PFP is paying dividends for the man with the golden banana yellow glove. That retires the side. 2 runs cross the plate. We go to the bottom of the 5th. The Plainsmen still in need of a rally.
Looking to unleash your inner cowboy or cowgirl? Check out KJ's Boots and Western Wear. They will have you looking sharp for Nebraska Land days. Whether it's boots, hats, or apparel, KJ's Boots and Western Wear will have you stepping into a world of Western style.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Clear Focused Eye Care, with comprehensive optometry service ranging from exams, corrective lenses, and treatments for dry eye. Clear Focus is your one-stop shop for any visual needs you have. Check them out at clearfocuseyecare.com.
Jared Jones and Davin Conway having a conversation in front of the dugout as the Plainsmen trail by 4, entering the bottom of the 5th inning. Josh Miller still on the mound, having a fantastic day. Has allowed just 2 hits and 1 run. He has walked a batter and hit a batter, but other than that, has been fairly solid, as the only blemish to his name came after an error that let Ryan Kelly score and move Nick Hockmer to 3rd with 2 men out in the last frame. 8, 9, and 1, just like it was back in the 3rd inning. Bond flew out to right, Zirkle struck out, and Yoshida singled. As Tucker Bond will look to get on the board with a hit to lead off a frame and maybe get a Plainsman rally started. Bond, his last game at the plate, came at the end of that series against the BJs. He flew out, popped out, struck out, and singled to left field in the very end of that ball game that got the beginnings of a Plainsman rally started, as the home plate umpire will switch out his mask with a new one as the Plainsman will dry off the old one before Bond can take his first hacks. The Bond boys yet to come as advertised. Down 5-1 as the first pitch is high and tight. It's ball 1. But they have provided plenty of good vibes to the dugout and near plays. The bats have just been cold to start the year, as the next pitch is nubbed off, foul, and nearly crashes into the Cage Rats dugout. Having to get out of the way was Matthew Lemke, as the 1-1 pitch is low and away. That's ball 2. Bond in the righty batter's box, ready to face the offering from Miller. Swinging a line drive. Oh, and what a catch by Wilson. Blake Wilson goes up, makes the catch, and that's out number 1. So Tucker Bond has had 2 at-bats, one where he flew out to the right fielder, Fafinski, who made a diving play in foul ground to end the inning, and that should have been a hit, but it was taken away by Wilson as the first pitch to Braden Zirkle is outside for ball 1. So in his 2 outs, there are 2 stars hung next to them, indicating a great defensive play. As the 1-0 pitch is hit on the ground, it'll get foul off the left field line. Count evens at 1 apiece. Zirkle struck out looking back in the 3rd after working the count full. Faces a 1-1 count and will foul it off just behind the stands and in towards the parking lot. Count is 1-2. With Zirkle trying to get a rally going here in the bottom of the 5th. Plainsmen trail 5-1. The pitch fouled off, it gets into the netting, so he stays alive. Zirkle trying to work the Cage Rats pitchers as they have not brought their entire staff with them to North Platte, Nebraska, and they want to work into their bullpen and make these starters go as long as possible in a short amount of time and get to the bullpen, get to the position players. The 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3, out number 2. And so Zirkle in 2 at-bats has gone down on strikes twice. And that will bring up Rui Yoshida in the top of the lineup. He singled to right in the 3rd, but was stranded there after the 5-3 ground out by Mitsuki Kono. Miller fires the first pitch. It's a line drive into center field. Making the catch is Jatsula. That'll be out number 3. Plainsmen go quietly in the 5th. We go to the 6th inning. Almost 2/3 of the way done here. It's a 4-run deficit for North Platte.
Great Plains Foot and Ankle, providing quality health care since 1991. Great Plains Foot and Ankle is the perfect place to go for any foot pains. And with no referrals needed, it's as easy as ever to schedule an appointment with them today.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleaning plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Miller Coors provides beer to Bellwood Field for the 2023 season. From Coors Banquet and Light to Budweiser and other Bud products, the Plainsmen are proud to have Miller Coors provide beverages for all Plainsmen home games, and please drink responsibly.
Sota Inden will make his way out for his 6th inning of work, having allowed 5 runs, but so far the box score not indicating how well he has pitched. He has just found some bad luck and not been able to get out of a couple of at-bats. Plainsmen trail by 4 here in the 6th inning as they hope that their bats wake up, but right now hoping that their arm and gloves out there in the field can keep them in the game as long as possible, as we see over by the Plainsmen home dugout. Hideyoshi Kawahara, one of their pitchers, having fun with one of the bats, as Justin Santos, one of the pitchers, game. As Sota Inden will get his warm-up pitches out there. Up next will be the 7, 8, and 9 hitters for the Cage Rats. Matt Whiting, Nick Carlson, and Jake Alguin-Pacheco. As Whiting will work his way up, he flew out to right field and grounded into a 6-4-3 double play back in the 2nd and 3rd, now hitting to lead off the 6th. As the first pitch from Inden is high, and it hits the helmet of Whiting. So a leadoff double last inning and a leadoff hit by pitch this inning has a runner on first in Matt Whiting, And that ball just skimmed off the top of his helmet and luckily did not hit any lower. And he will make his way down to first unharmed. So Nick Carlson comes up, has hit the ball on the ground to the shortstop twice in this game as Mitsuki Kono readies down there at short. The first pitch in the dirt, ball one, and Ryan Kelly will take a couple of steps and throw it back to Sota Indin. Only a 4-run game for the Plainsmen. They have had rallies in past games from down more. But right now, pitching has stymied their bats as the next ball is in the dirt. It's 2-0. So Sota Indin, who has either been lights out with his command or who has been spotty, is on the spotty side as he will throw the 2-0 pitch to the catcher from Northeast Community College, born in Kearney, Nebraska. Here's the 2-0. Strike one. Going is Carlson, not able to hold up. Kearney only about an hour and a half from North Platte. So returning as close to his home as he will while playing on the Cage Rats schedule as the 2-1 pitch is fouled off, and Jared Jones on the chopper makes a nice snag in front of the dugout, catches it from in front of Davin Conway and Cade Owens. And so the count is 2-2 with nobody out. Indin looks back at the runner at first and Matt Whiting. Here's the pitch. Fouled back into the screen. Count remains 2-2. Nick Carlson from Amarillo, Texas. Kearney, Nebraska. Pitches inside. It's 3-2. There's a different Carlson on this roster who is listed as being from Amarillo. As the 3-2 offering from Sota Indin to the Kearney native is here. 3-2. Ground ball on the infield. Suarez will have one play. It's that first. Throws it in time. Out number one. Advancing to second is Matt Whiting. That'll be out number one. And that'll bring up the 9-hole hitter, Jake Alguin-Pacheco. He has singled to left field. Grounded out to Tucker Bond on a nice cover by Sota Indin back in the fourth. As Indin comes ready, fires, and that is inside for ball one. Had the right height, but not the right location. So the count is 1-0. Runner at second, one out, a 5-1 lead for the Cage Rats. Pitches outside, 2-0. Pacheco got his first hit of the season back in the second inning. It was a single on an 0-2 count that he flared out to left with 2 men out. As the 2-0 pitch in there for strike one. Sota Indin looking to regain his confidence, regain his command, get himself back in this ball game. As the next pitch is in there, strike two. A fastball that he dots on the bottom outside corner. And so with the count even at 2-2 and a man out, Sota Indin will work to the 9-hole hitter. He'll ready and fire. High, full count. Three and two. One out. Matt Whiting is down at second. Indin will fire. Swinging a foul ball off towards the press box and off to the road. As some kids chase after that foul ball, knowing the reward that they will get if they turn it in, free ice cream. Full count, one out, pitch. Got him looking, strike three called. 2 out, man stranded at second, and for the first time this season, the Plainsmen get a K-man to strike out here at Billwood Field, and up to the plate, Holden Jatsula. the leadoff man. As Sota Inden has 2 outs with a man on second, and the first pitch is away for ball 1. Jatsula struck out in the first, doubled to right in the second, and grounded out to Tucker Bond in the fourth. Now hitting in the sixth, trying to make it a 5-run ball game. The 1-0 pitch, a little away, count is 2-0. Olgun Pacheco had a 3-0 count. He ended up striking out looking. Now Jatsula is ahead 2-0, and it's 2-1. That fastball works its way just on the inside corner as Sota Inden will look to end the 6th inning against the leadoff man. 2-1, inside, ball 3, and a nice stop by Kelly keeps the ball from rolling to the backstop and will keep Matt Whiting over at second. So the count is 3-1 to the center fielder from Giddings, Texas. Here's the pitch. Pop up, foul off towards the press box. It will get out of play into the grass. So it's full again. It was a full count to Olgun Pacheco. He struck out looking. And now a full count to the leadoff man, Holden Jatsula. Here's the 3-2 pitch. Outside, ball 4, he walked him. So a leadoff hit by pitch, a ground out to the third baseman, Jovan Suarez, and a strikeout looking, followed by a walk as Jared Jones comes to the mound, and Sota Inden, after 5 2/3 innings of work, seems to know the happenings here as he will take out Sota Inden after a conversation as the new pitcher for the Plainsmen will walk his way over towards the mound to try and finish out this 6th inning as the Plainsmen trail by 4 runs. And now the kid from Victoria, British Columbia, the Canadian Dylan Graw, will...
The Nebraska Lottery. From the Mega Millions to the jackpot and the Nebraska Pick 5, the Nebraska Lottery has it all. And with realtors all over the state, it's as easy as ever to try your luck on the lottery. And please remember to gamble responsibly.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Looking to unleash your inner cowboy or cowgirl? Check out KJ's Boots and Western Wear. They have everything you need to embrace the Western lifestyle. Find the perfect fit, whether it's boots, hats, or apparel. Step into a world of Western style at KJ's Boots and Western Wear.
Sota Inden's day on the mound is done. The final line score, 5 2/3 innings pitched. He allowed 9 hits, walked 3 batters, struck out 6, and is responsible for the runners at first and second base with 5 runs against him in tonight's game. And on the mound, it will be Dylan Graw. Graw, the side-arming righty from British Columbia, will come on to face the Cage Rats 2-hole hitter, Kobe DeJesus, who is 3 for 3 on the day. Graw, entering today's game, has pitched in 2 games, 2 2/3 innings, allowed 7 hits, 8 earned runs, has struck out 2 batters, walked 4, and will look to settle down the Cage Rats right here. DeJesus has a single to right, a 2 RBI single to right, and a double to right field. As we see the outfielders still shifted slightly to the left, the infield shifted a couple steps over as well. The first pitch from the Canadian is a little looper to right field. That's going to get down a base hit down the line. That will easily score Whiting from second. On to third is Jatsulu as the ball is cut off by Graw. He will score standing. 2-run score on the double by Kobe DeJesus down the line. It is now 7-1, a 6-run ball game, and that will officially close the line on Sota Indians Day. 7 runs, all attributed to him, as now a runner on second, and Kobe DeJesus. And he has been on fire. He started the day with 2 singles, has 4 RBIs after his last 2 at-bats have been doubles. And that'll bring up Matthew Lemke. And Lemke takes strike 1. Lemke, he doubled to right his last at-bat. That drove in DeJesus last inning in the 5th. Part of a 2-run frame that at the time made it 5-1, now 7-1. As the next pitch is outside, count evens 1 apiece. The former sodbuster will wait on a 1-1 count with the runner at second base already up by 6 against the Plainsmen as Graw comes set. Look back, fire in the dirt, ball 2. And his last 2 pitches have forced Ryan Kelly to get down and move over about a foot. So the count is 2-1. Graw ready. He will keep checking the runner. Now kick and fire in the dirt. It is 3-1 to the 3-hole hitter Lemke, and on deck is Blake Wilson. And the top of the lineup for the Cage Rats has proved to be nothing short of deadly to the Plainsmen hitters. Lemke readies, up 3-1 in the count to Graw, who fires, and it's a foul ball behind the screen. So the count is even. Now to full, 3-2. 2 outs. DeJesus at second after the 2 RBI double. Full count pitch. Runner holds. That's a liner up the middle. Base hit. DeJesus will touch third. As the ball gets away from the center fielder Knowlton, it will easily score DeJesus 8-1. And it's going to be a double for Matthew Lemke. So 2 batters have faced Dylan Graw. Both have hit doubles. And it went from a 4-run game as we entered this inning now to a 7-run game. 3 runs have crossed the plate. It's 8-1. And now the Plainsmen, who entered this inning with a glimmer of hope that if their bats could get through it, they could make it 1-8 on the season, now will have to work even harder if they want that first win here against the Cage Rats. As Blake Wilson, who has 2 singles and a strikeout, will come to the dish with 2 outs, and Lemke on second after the RBI double. Swing and a miss, that's strike 1. Wilson, from Castle Pines, Colorado, goes to Kansas State University, hit .351 on the year, and has had himself a solid day at the plate. As he takes the 0-1 pitch for a strike, it's 0-2. And so Graw now ahead in the count. He will climb the mound with the Plainsmen trailing by 7. They will have the 2, 3, and 4 men up to the plate. Here's the 0-2 in the dirt, ball 1. Holding at second is Lemke. Graw gets back on the mound. Kelly tries to reassure him after the inning where he was supposed to settle down. The Cage Rats baseball has given them new life. They have scored 3 runs and made it 8-1. The 1-2 fouled back into the screen. Count stays at 1-2. Infield playing back, Mitsuki Kono is on the grass. Rui Yoshida is at the lip of the infield grass. At second, is Matthew Lemke. The 1-2 from the sidearm, McGraw. Fouled off, will do it all over again. As that ball hits off the just in front of a white Chevy pickup truck. So we once again miss a foul ball hitting a car, this time only by inches. And we have yet to cross that off our bingo charts up here. 1-2, 2 out, runner at second. To Blake Wilson. As the 1-2 pitch from Graw. Foul ball off the plate. And once again, the count will stay 1-2. We'll see another pitch in this long at-bat. Graw comes to the mound, looking in for his sign from the catcher, Kelly. Bends over and will fire the 1-2, a little liner that will get through the glove of Mitsuki Kono to left field. Rounding third is Lemke. He will go home. Tag is in time! Nick Hockemer delivers a dart to Ryan Kelly, and it will only be 3 runs that score. But the Cage Rats will lead by 7 as we go to the bottom of the 6th here in North Platte, Nebraska.
The Nebraska Lottery. From the Mega Millions to the jackpot and the Nebraska Pick 5, the Nebraska Lottery has it all. And with realtors all over the state, it's as easy as ever to try your luck on the lottery. And please remember to gamble responsibly.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Looking to unleash your inner cowboy or cowgirl? Check out KJ's Boots and Western Wear. They have everything you need to embrace the Western lifestyle. Find the perfect fit, whether it's boots, hats, or apparel. Step into a world of Western style at KJ's Boots and Western Wear.
After only allowing 2 hits and 1 run, Josh Turner is still on the mound as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning between the North Platte Plainsmen and the Cage Rats, as the Cage Rats score 3 runs in the top half of the 6th. As they now lead set by 7, it is 8-1, as the Plainsmen will hit 2, 3, and 4 in their lineup. Nobody warming in the bullpen for the Cage Rats. But it could have been a little bit worse on that last play. The single to left field by Blake Wilson. Beautiful dart by Nick Hockemer got him out and retired the side after 3 runs scored to make it 8-1. As the leadoff man, Mitsuki Kono, will come to the plate. He's 0 for 2 in today's game. He lined out to the shortstop to Jesus back in the first and has grounded out to Wilson, the third baseman, which ended the third. He will now try, as the Plainsmen will have to dig themselves out of a 7-run deficit if they look to avoid going 0-9 to start the season. First pitch is high, ball 1. Kono, the lefty, waits, takes ball 2 high. From Sierra College, hit .397 in his first year, and he takes ball 3 outside. Count is 3-0. As Kono, who has walked twice this season, will look for his third. The 3-0 pitch, high, ball 4. And so a leadoff walk gets the Plainsmen started down by 7 here in the 6th. As the Cage Rats send a man down to the bullpen with Jovan Suarez getting ready to hit. Suarez, the righty, 0 for 2 on the day. And he will go after the first pitch, but foul it just over the netting and out of play. Count is 0-1. Kono has stolen 4 bases. He stole 4 while at college this past season. And he will lead off of first. Kick and fire outside, ball 1. Suarez, who was hitting .211 entering today, had 7 strikeouts, had batted in 4. Now has Kono at first, and he takes that pitch high and away. Count is 2-1. To Jovan Suarez, the third baseman, hitting third in today's lineup. The 2-1 pitch from Josh Miller is a fly ball hit in the air to left center field. Pacheco and Jatsula going over. Jatsula dives, can't make the catch. They're looking for the ball in center. As over to second goes Suarez, down to third is Mitsuki Kono. And so the first 2 have reached with nobody out. And that will bring up Ryan Kelly. 2 on, nobody out. Kelly has walked in the second. He was hit by a pitch in the fourth. He has scored the Plainsmen lone run. Now looks to do damage against Miller. As the guys to the Cage Rats send to the bullpen now come back to the dugout. First pitch is low and away. That's ball 1. Carlson makes a nice job of stopping it in the left-handed batter's box. So the runners stay at second and third. The 1-0 pitch, line to left field. That's the base hit. In to score is Kono. Suarez will stop at third as the throw's on line, going down to second. The ball skips away. They had him dead to right, but Kelly's to third. Scoring is Jovan Suarez, and the Plainsmen down by 5. It's 8-3. How about it? Jovan Suarez had to stop at third. As Kelly tried to extend the single into a double, they had him dead to right. But instead, the throw into center field scores another run and moves him down to third after the single and an error by the catcher. And so there's going to be a town hall meeting out on the mound. With Zach Knowlton coming up to hit. He has struck out, grounded out, and got on a fielder's choice already in today's game. As Miller will remain on the bump following the mound meeting from the Cage Rats head coach, and up to the dish, Knowlton. 90 feet away, nobody out. Plainsmen trail by 5, and the first pitch. High, ball 1. Knowlton comes ready. Miller trying to work with minimal damage. It's in there for strike 1, just below the North Platte lettering on their black jerseys. So it is even at 1 apiece. Still nobody down in the bullpen for the Cage Rats, as Miller will take his time on the mound before coming set. And now get ready to throw the 1-1. A line drive. It is through the hole on the left side. Base hit. Scoring is Ryan Kelly. It's a 4-run game. The lead is cut in half. The single by Zach Knowlton gets through the left side between the hole left by Wilson and DeJesus. And so he's on first, his first hit of the day. And nobody is out for Nick Hockmer. Hockmer has singled today, driven in a run. He has a man on first as the runner goes. Throw is in there for a strike. Ball is low. Throw down, not in time. A stolen base for Zach Knowlton. Has a man in scoring position. And an 0-1 count to Nick Hockmer. He was hitting .313 entering today. Had 2 RBIs. He's already amassed 1. And now has a man in scoring position with none out. The 0-1, liner, right field, base hit to the wall. Going over to third is Knowlton. Knowlton scores. Throw into second, not in time. A double by Nick Hockmer. It's a 3-run ball game. 4 in the inning. 8-5. The Cage Rats lead, and the line keeps moving. The double was hit to right, jumped up in front of the Sky West sign just by the 360 mark. It scores Zach Knowlton. And now the 7-hitter, Kyle McConaughey, who's 0 for 2. He pulls back on the bunt. It's 0-1. McConaughey has flown out and popped up to the shortstop. Infield is playing back even after the bunt shown. The 0-1, swinging a high fly ball, center field, Jatsula moving in on it, calling everybody off, out number 1, as Hockmer will initially break to third, but he'll go back, and so a huge first out hit by Hockmer. He is now 0 for 3, and Tucker Bond will come to the plate. Bond is due. He flew out to right field on a spectacular catch made by Fafinski. He lined out to the third baseman on a spectacular grab by Wilson. As the first pitch is in there, count is 0-1. Now in the 6th, the Plainsmen have scored 4. It is 8-5, and the 0-1 pitch, strike 2 called. Bond down 0-2 and in danger of striking out with a man at second. Wilson looks back, now throws home. High, ball 1. Bond waits at the plate. Over at second is Hockmer. High, ball 2. Count evens. Tucker Bond has yet to provide pop to the Plainsman lineup, but now could be his chance to shine. Here's the 2-2. In the dirt, ball 3. We are all filled up. So Tucker Bond has worked the count from down 0-2 to full. On deck is Braden Zirkle, who has struck out twice. The full count pitch, strike 3 looking against Bond. That'll be out number 2. And Bond has a friendly chat with the home plate umpire, Joe Cassidy. He thinks that ball was outside, should have been ball 4. But now it's Zirkle, who will look to keep the line moving with the Plainsmen down 3 and a runner on second. 2 outs. The first 5 men reached. And the first pitch is a fastball right down the middle. It's strike 1. Cage Rats have a man down in the bullpen if this inning continues to go south. 4 runs already have crossed the plate. Ground ball fouled. Count is 0-2 as the Cage Rats look to get out of it with Hockmer left on second. 8-5. The Plainsmen have exploded in the 6th. The 0-2 to the plate. Swing and a miss, strike 3. That ends the inning. North Platte scores 4. It is a 3-run ball game as we head to the top half of the 7th. 8-5, your score.
Nebraska Land Bank. Nebraska Land provides big bank services with the benefits of a local establishment. With 3 locations in North Platte, Nebraska Land provides home loans and personal accounting services along with business service as well.
North Platte Regional Airport. With 2 daily flights to Denver, North Platte Regional Airport is just 1 short connection away from any destination in the world, all with short lines and personal service. Remember on your next flight to fly with North Platte.
Pepsi. From providing beverages to Plainsman home games to being in the local deli's drink cooler, Pepsi is proud to support the North Platte Plainsmen, and our thanks to them for keeping the drink coolers stocked and ready at Billwood Field.
Scottsbluff County Visitors Bureau. Located just 3 hours from North Platte, Scottsbluff County features some of the most stunning landmarks in the state. From Chimney Rock to the surrounding hills and bluffs, Scottsbluff County has it all for your outdoor exploring dreams.
The Plainsmen score 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. It's back to being a 3-run ball game as Dylan Graw waits back on the mound. He will face Jimmy Fafinski, Ben Tate, and Matt Whiting of the order for the Cage Rats as the Plainsmen try and hold this ball game to a 3-run deficit after they scored 4 in the bottom of the 6th, and will try to break out a few more runs, but it will all depend on what Dylan Graw can do on the bump. He will be facing Fafinski, who grounded into a double play his last time to lead off the inning. He is struck out as well back in the first. And now will lead off the frame for the first time today. From Northeastern University, hails from Independence, Minnesota, playing right field today. As the first pitch by Graw is low, it's ball 1. Graw readies, steps, and fires. Fly ball, center field, that will find the gap in right center. It'll get down by the Remus Chevy sign. Past second is Fafinski. He's gonna try for third. The throw on the cutoff, they will hold it. So a leadoff triple from Jimmy Fafinski has put a man 90 feet away with a 3-run lead as they try to extend and give a little bit more of a cushion to the Cage Rats bullpen if they go that way in the bottom of the 7th. And up to hit is Ben Tate, who has struck out, walked, and lined out already in this game. As the first pitch is a line drive into center field. That's going to get down a base hit. Moving over to score is Fafinski, and it's 9-5. So 2 batters and 2 quick hits against Dylan Graw have made it 9-5, and Graw has yet to get an out himself. The only out he was able to record was after the single by Blake Wilson when Matthew Lemke tried to score, and it was a throw from Hockmer to Kelly as the first pitch is ball 1. Nearly off the back of the hitter Matt Whiting, who was hit by a pitch his last time up. That was back in the 6th to lead the inning off. It's in the dirt, ball 2. The runner at first is Ben Tate. That's his 2nd time making his way on in today's ball game. And now the Houston native takes strike 1, count is 2-1. Tate has flown out and grounded into a double play. The infield is once again in double play depth with the runner on first. 2-1 the count. Swing and a miss. That'll be strike number 2. Whiting swung all through it, and so the count evens. Growell ready to throw the 2-2 to the second baseman. And he goes after a pitch just in the dirt, but he fouls it off. And it skips over the dugout of the Cage Rats on the first base side and heads towards their rooting section. Count is 2-2 with nobody out. Runner at first in Ben Tate. Cage Rats lead by 4. It's a 9-5 ball game. Runner goes. Pitch popped up. Foul territory. Tucker Bond makes his way. Loses it in the lights as that ball will sail its way out of play towards the first base party. That count remains 2-2. Back to first is Ben Tate. Whiting has fouled off the last 2 to stay alive. Both have been off the first base side. Graw will look to get his first out while on the mound. He'll look in and fire the 2-2. It's away, ball 3, checking the runner at first. He's back in time, so the count is full. Kelly tried to backdoor a pickoff to Tucker Bond, but Ben Tate got back in time to first, so it's full with nobody out. And in a game the Plainsmen have their clutches on still despite allowing 9 runs. You'd imagine Graw's going to try and work himself through this. As he steps off the mound, fakes a throw back to first, and it's going to be a balk. Dylan Graw tried to check the runner, but he did not make the right step off the mound, so a balk is called against him, and down to second goes Ben Tate. Full count, nobody out. Tate is now at second. Here's the pitch, and that'll be ball 4, so they walk Matt Whiting, and the balk does not matter at this point, as Conway will come out to the mound, and Dylan Graw will have a chat with his pitching coach as the dugout empties to meet Dylan Graw, as it looks like the Plainsmen will make a move to the bullpen. They have yet to officially signal anything, but with 2 on, nobody out, a run already driven in, it seems like it will be the end for Dylan Graw, and that will be. We're going to take a break for the pitching change. When we come back, the new Plainsmen on the mound as they try and hold it to a 4-run game.
Looking to unleash your inner cowboy or cowgirl? Check out KJ's Boots and Western Wear. They will have you looking sharp for Nebraska Land days. Whether it's boots, hats, or apparel, KJ's Boots and Western Wear will have you stepping into a world of Western style.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Clear Focused Eye Care, with comprehensive optometry service ranging from exams, corrective lenses, and treatments for dry eye. Clear Focus is your one-stop shop for any visual needs you have. Check them out at clearfocuseyecare.com.
Dylan Graw's night is done. He gets 1 out thanks to the throwing out from Kyle McConaughey. He allows 5 hits, walks the batter, does not get a strikeout, and right now he will leave runners at first and second with nobody out, as Nikolai Arbach will come up to pitch and try and get the Plainsmen out of a jam, down by 4. 9-5 your score against the Cage Rats. Arbach last pitched on June the 7th, that first game of the doubleheader against the Liberal BJs. He went 2 1/3, allowed 1 run on 2 hits, got 5 strikeouts, and came into relief, as his next offering in his warm-up pitches is in the dirt in front of Kelly, and it skipped over the top of the backstop as the 6'8" righty from Heidi, South Dakota shows all of his power on the mound, as he will inherit runners at first and second and no outs. The Plainsmen in a 9-5 deficit. And he will come on to pitch. He was ranked 13th in NAIA baseball this past season in strikeouts with 54 while pitching for Dakota State University, part of the NAIA. His longest outing, 6 2/3 against Dickinson State, has been a starter while at college, now serving as a reliever and a bit of a fireman for the Plainsmen. His first batter will be Nick Carlson, who was grounded out thrice in this ball game. First pitch in the dirt, ball 1. Arbach hails from Heidi, South Dakota, 50 miles from Dakota State University, and a town of very strong Norwegian descent. As he climbs the mound, a 1-0 count with 2 on. Nobody out to the 8-hole hitter. Pitches outside, 2-0 throw back to first, and they got him! Ryan Kelly backdoors a pickoff to Tucker Bond, and Matt Whiting is out. He let off a first a little too much, and Kelly has been trying that move a couple of times today, makes it go, and so it's a 1 out with a runner at second and a 2-0 count to Nick Carlson. Carlson will ready with the runner on second. The 2-0 is a little inside, so the count is now 3-0 to the catcher. Jake Alkin Pacheco waits on deck. At second is Ben Tate, following his single and a balk called. 3-0 the count. And it's in there for strike one. Catches the inside part of the plate about belt high as Carlson has the red light on the 3-1 count. Leading off of second, Tate. Arbach already has a man out. Here's the pitch. Ground ball over towards short. Picked up by Kono. Kono onto first. It's off the bag, but the tag applied. A nice spin move by Tucker Bond. Out number 2. Mitsuki Kono's throw is a little bit to the left of first base when we have seen that throw get dangerous all season long for the Plainsmen. But instead, Tucker Bond does a nice job making the catch, twirling and applying the tag to Carlson. So there's 2 down and a runner on third in Tate for the 9-hole hitter, Alguin Pacheco. Pacheco struck out his last time looking as the first pitch is well high from Arbach. It's ball 1. Ben Tate advanced to third on the ground out to Mitsuki Kono. So a 1-0 count with 2 out and a runner 90 feet away is a strike just on the plate and a little above the belt. So the count is 1-1. The 6'8" righty Arbach get ready to deliver the 1-1 pitch with 2 men out, down by 4. In the dirt, ball 2. Count is 2-1. Alguin Pacheco, his last at-bat, had the count 3-0 in his favor. He was not able to get on as he struck out looking after a good effort by Sota Indin in the 6th. 2-1, a ground ball over to second. Making the play is Yoshida. Yoshida to first. Plainsmen get out of the jam. Rui Yoshida ends the inning, allowing just a single run. It's 9-5 as we go to the bottom of the 7th. The Plainsmen needing just 4. The fireman does his job.
Great Plains Foot and Ankle, providing quality health care since 1991. Great Plains Foot and Ankle is the perfect place to go for any foot pains. And with no referrals needed, it's as easy as ever to schedule an appointment with them today.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff. With top-notch dentists in 3 locations, you can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleaning, plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates, with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Miller Coors provides beer to Bellwood Field for the 2023 season. From Coors Banquet and Light to Budweiser and other Bud products, the Plainsmen are proud to have Miller Coors provide beverages for all Plainsmen home games, and please drink responsibly.
Still Miller on the mound for the Cage Rats as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Cage Rats leading 9-5 over the North Platte Plainsmen. And once again, we have a special guest joining us on the broadcast, one of our own interns, someone who is my right-hand man here, our live stream operator, Daniel Castagna, joining me on the broadcast. Dan, it's an absolute pleasure to have you behind the mic with me.
You said my last name right.
I am so proud of myself that I did that. That is the crowning achievement of my day.
There's a technique to say my last name.
It is said like lasagna. I remember you telling me that after our first game together. I have the same technique with my last name, Zabore. My mom taught me it. It's like when the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's Zabore.
Yeah, let's hope my dad's not listening. I think he sometimes hates that because I got my last name from him.
Well, the first pitch is a strike. to Rui Yoshida leading off the 7th. So, Dan, I'm going to ask you the same question I asked our baseball operations intern, Levi, and I asked our marketing and promotions intern, Nicole. What is it that you do? I know what you do, but tell the fans at home what you do.
So, as a live stream operator, I do everything like YouTube related. So, it took a while, but we finally got the YouTube up, and I create all the live streams, all the scheduled broadcasts. I control the score bug. And as a disclaimer, sorry if I'm like super late. Some calls, I sometimes zone out. So yeah, you can call me out for that.
A base hit through the middle. Daniel, please continue with the Plainsmen lead it off with a single in the 7th.
So I also make graphics. If you stayed for the whole game, I made those batting orders and fielding from scratch.
I'm not lying when I say this. I might be the voice in the broadcast, but everything, the meat of the work is done by Dan. I could not do this without him. I cannot stress that enough. When did you join the Plainsmen? I mean, I joined around Thanksgiving break. Some of our people joined a little bit later. But when is it that you decided to come out to Nebraska and join this team?
Legit, I think I forgot. But Chuck said I agreed really... my bad. I did...
I get what you're trying to say, yeah.
I came on earlier. But, yeah.
Yeah, I remember you being, because when I joined, I remember looking at the interns who were already joined, and I remember you being there right around the same time as I was added to the website. So that was around, like, November.
Took a while for me to get on the website.
It did, but you're such an integral part of this crew. Now, I got to ask you, we're only a little bit into the season, but what has been your favorite part about being an intern for the Plainsmen so far?
I think... there's a lot of things that I like already. It's how we're in the same area, me in the community, we're like 5 doors down, and how we can just bond so much and relate to each other so much.
Absolutely. Now, the next question I'm going to ask you is one I've asked everybody so far. What drew you out to Nebraska from your school in Texas?
That's a tough thing because I go to University of Arlington, go Mavs, but I just wanted to get an internship under my belt, and this was really the first internship that offered me. So I was debating because I was just a freshman, and I was thinking it would have been really cool because I heard that not a lot of freshmen have internships. So I just said, my mindset was, let's just take this internship rather than just like hoping for a better or internship.
Yeah, you got to get started somewhere. I mean, you're already doing better than me. After my freshman year of college, I worked at the Coastal Maine Botanical Gardens, scanning people in at the front desk. So you're already working in baseball.
Yep. I've had my share of jobs. I've had like 5 jobs.
Can you explain any of the fun jobs that you've had?
Fun jobs?
Yeah.
It was fun, but really eye-opening. Was working for my local live production for high school, C3 Studios, which was really fun. We had like a 10-man crew, and we bonded so well, and we got used to it, to each other. So that was a really fun job. And then the other one was McDonald's. I miss McDonald's. I think if I didn't take this internship, I would be taking summer class and working at my local McDonald's.
You have talked a lot about your experience working at McDonald's.
Yeah.
Another thing you've talked about, some of your experience at UT Arlington. What has been the most fun thing you've done in college that you think has prepared you for this internship?
Prepared me. I got a job doing the same thing for this as this internship, but for UTA baseball and softball. So, and that helped me learn more baseball because I didn't know the technical side of baseball, but I've been gradually learning how to do baseball.
You have been, and you've been getting a lot better at learning the positions, learning the names of them, learning what the numbers mean as a walk by Ryan Kelly. Puts 2 on with 2 out. Has there been an event in the community? Because we've done a couple of community events so far with the Plainsmen. We've walked around and handed out pocket schedules. We've gone out and talked to people. Has there been any one of those that has kind of stood out to you as just being a fun time?
Let me think. That fishing thing was good. I was terrible, though. I got hooked 2 times out on my pants, but it was fun.
Not all of us can be amazing fishers. I did not attend that event. I was making banana bread that afternoon. There's a line drive into left center field. That ball's going to drop in front of the left fielder, Pacheco. 1 run scores. Over to third.
Will he
comes
make
Kelly.
it?
Kelly to home.
He
Kelly
said
scores!
Woo!
Ryan Kelly,
where's
2
the
runs
sirens?
go!
Woo!
It's 9-7. It's a 2-run game.
9-7.
Daniel, we need to have more people on the broadcast.
I know
Every
we
single
do.
time we bring a guest on,
The
they
good
seem to bring good luck.
Yeah. Every other inning, maybe.
Maybe, you know what? Every time the Plainsmen are up to hit, we're going to get someone up here. I don't care if it's pulling a child out of the stands. We need someone on that crowd mic because this has been good luck. As we're going to have a pitching change here from the Cage Rats after that 2 RBI double. Dan, we're going to take a break. When we come back, a little bit more of an interview with you during this pitching change. Give me some time to think of another question. And then you want to take over the play-by-play, switch roles for the top of the 8th?
Sure, yeah, I can try.
Sounds good. Well, we'll give you your best shot. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, the new pitcher in a 2-run game.
The Nebraska Lottery. From the Mega Millions to the jackpot and the Nebraska Pick 5, the Nebraska Lottery has it all. And with realtors all over the state, it's as easy as ever to try your luck on the lottery. And please remember to gamble responsibly.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Looking to unleash your inner cowboy or cowgirl? Check out KJ's Boots and Western Wear. They have everything you need to embrace the Western lifestyle. Find the perfect fit, whether it's boots, hats, or apparel. Step into a world of Western style at KJ's Boots and
Gavin Duvall, the new righty on the mound for the Cage Rats, as their 5-run lead has been whittled down to only a 2-run lead, 9-7 here in the bottom of the 7th inning, leading off against him, Nick Hockmer. He takes ball 1. Daniel Castañas joining me once again on the broadcast. Dan, I said I was going to think of another question. I don't think I did.
You didn't.
As there's a ground ball over on the right side. We might get bailed out by that, but he's a fast runner. He is out at the bag, so that will retire the side. Daniel, you're up next on play-by-play. Let's see what you got here in the 8th inning.
Let's hope so.
Hey, you know what? So far we've had 2 interns on, and it's just been a lot of fun with them, so I guarantee this is going to be a lot of fun.
I cannot match with them, though.
I think you can match with Levi. That is a possibility.
Yep. Thanks for believing in me.
If I didn't believe in you, this would not be a very good broadcast. We're going to take a break. When we come back, Dan's going to take over for half an inning. We'll see you then.
Nebraska Land Bank. Nebraska Land provides big bank services with the benefits of a local establishment. With 3 locations in North Platte, Nebraska Land provides home loans and personal accounting services along with business service as well.
North Platte Regional Airport. With 2 daily flights to Denver, North Platte Regional Airport is just 1 short connection away from any destination in the world, all with short lines and personal service. Remember on your next flight to fly with North Platte.
Pepsi. From providing beverages to Plainsmen home games to being in the local deli's drink cooler, Pepsi is proud to support the North Platte Plainsmen, and our thanks to them for keeping the drink coolers stocked and ready at Billwood Field.
Scottsbluff County Visitors Bureau, located just 3 hours from North Platte. Scottsbluff County features some of the most stunning landmarks in the state, from Chimney Rock to the surrounding hills and bluffs. Scottsbluff County has it all for your outdoor exploring dreams.
And we are back as Nicole, our last intern that was on, MCs the Dizzy Bat as they alternate people who drink a beer, and then the heads of the Boy Scouts turn on the bats 15 times and both fall down. Who can get up first? One's crawling.
The blue shorts is crawling.
One's crawling. Will they make it?
No!
And she did not. But good effort from the lead. Crawling.
That was a photo finish, just like the beginning of Cars, when there's that photo finish between Lightning McQueen, the blue Dynaco car, and Chick Hicks. I do not remember the blue Dynaco car's name.
All right. We should have that, like an instant replay. That would be like monaculous.
We do. Does anyone up here remember the blue car's name from the first Cars movie?
Oh my, Dynaco, yes.
It's Dynaco Blue. There we go. Thank you, Levi.
Levi. I couldn't believe Corey didn't know what that is, because Cars is his favorite movie.
He absolutely loves Cars 1.
He's been raving it all the time.
There is no other film. Holden Jatsulu is leading off.
As the pitch comes in, the umpire calls it a strike.
I'm realizing we're going to get the next guy at bat. It's DeJesus.
Jesus. I call it the Jesus. But I know it's wrong, so I hope their parents aren't watching. I'm sorry about that. And that was a swing and miss, but Kelly couldn't get the ball to the pitcher, so it rolled down the mound. As they stare into the pitcher, he gets ready to pitch it. And Kelly couldn't block that, so it goes zipping past him.
Ooh, I like the zipping.
I'm coming out with the big words.
That is very good. Zipping is a perfect description.
And the pitch is coming, and it's a swing and miss. He is out.
That was a nice pitch by Arbach. Wouldn't you say so, Dan?
Yeah, that was a nice pitch. I would think he wanted to hit, but he had no chance.
And now it's DeJesus, or as we've been saying, DeJesus.
DeJesus. He is the Jesus of the team, I think. Maybe.
Well, based on his numbers for today, I have to agree.
Oh, really? What were the numbers?
He's 4 for 4 with 2 doubles.
He's 100%. Ooh, to pop up. And it goes to the Cars.
We're still waiting for one of those foul balls to hit a car. We haven't gotten that yet.
That'd be
Wait, we got one today? Oh, we got one today.
Oh.
And I missed it.
Ball hit a car.
Dang it.
I wonder how expensive it's going to replace the window.
That makes me upset
and again,
that we missed it.
Zips past Kelly. As he gets set. And it's out in the corner, and as it's called a strike.
That was a nice pepper job by Arbach.
Yep, he's doing really good.
He's quite tall.
I know, yes. I wonder if he needs like those custom like door frames, if they make them. Like, do you think they make custom door frames?
They have
him?
to somewhere. I mean, if you
Somewhere.
get a house made for you, I'm sure you can contract the door frames to be a certain
Yeah.
height. If not, just a lot of pool noodles, just lining the wall so if you smack
Like-
your head.
Like kid-proof stuff, like
Yeah.
corners.
I should have done that in my old house
I know.
in Maine. I kept smacking into the doorways. That was not fun.
That's a little bit out. Call the ball.
You know, that looked like a strike to me.
That did?
It did look like a strike
This
to me.
angle from this press box is kind of wonky.
It's not great.
It's not great, but we have to adapt.
Gotta make do.
Yep. As the pitch comes, it's hit up high, and it drops in front of the center field. And that's a single for, who is it?
It was De Jesus.
Oh, the Jesus. Yeah. No.
Lemke is the next guy
Oh,
up.
Lemke. Let's see if he can make a single and advance the runners. As Nicola prepares the pitch, let's see what the umpire will count this. Ooh, and Ooh, is he safe?
He's gonna be safe,
Oh, the
but
umpire's safe. That's a good slide to me. I cannot slide.
that was my problem playing baseball too. I just could not get the slide down. I remember once in practice we were working on our sliding because we were that bad, and I just could not get my slide. I could slide feet first, but head first, I don't know why. I was just never able to make that go.
It seems so hard on your knees, though, to me.
It does
seems
hurt.
really hard.
And it depends on how hard you hit the ground. If you're not careful, you will smack into it, and that hurts.
You know.
Especially
I
because our
think you can
infield
jam
joe
your finger, right?
Yeah, you
if
got to
you
be
have a
careful.
good
Oh,
Ooh.
that hurts.
That was a hit-by pitch on number 20 from the Cage Rats.
The next
And
guy is
the
Jimmy Fafinski.
Jimmy Finfinsky. That's an interesting name.
It is a
I
very
wonder
interesting
what
name.
his nationality is.
Well, Fafinski makes me think Italian.
Oh, Italian? Ooh.
Jimmy Fafinski sounds like a very
That's
Italian
a fun.
name.
Italians are always fun.
They are. My Italian family in Connecticut, I'm sure they know someone who is named something close to
You know,
Jimmy Fafinski.
My dad's also Italian too.
Let's
So,
go.
yeah, no. So we have Cage Rats on both first and second, and that's a swing and miss. So it's strike one. As Obach gets set, he looks at second base and throws, and it's down below, and it's a ball, so it's 1-1.
He just needs to locate a little bit more. He's doing a fairly good job today, though.
Yep, he's doing fairly. Ooh.
Ooh.
Another swing and miss. I think that's his, like, I don't know, fourth
I haven't been
listening?
keeping,
I don't know.
I haven't been keeping track. I know I should be, but there's no
know.
good system for me to do it, especially not in my scorebook. So I just kind of,
Oh, that's the thing that it do.
I just kind of
Seems so
think it in my
complicated
head.
to scorebook.
It. Oh.
And that's a strikeout for number 41, all back. And that's the end of the inning. And we're going to the bottom of the eighth with 2 men on base.
Daniel, it was a pleasure to have you join me on the broadcast in this way. It's going to be
Yeah.
a pleasure to have you over there. It's always great to have you sitting on my right. Thank you for all the work you do. If you want, I'd love to have you back on at some point this
Yeah.
year. But again, you really make the show run. Without you, none of this would be able to happen. So everyone at
Yeah.
home should give a big thank you to Daniel, because without him, I would not be able to broadcast these games
And
over
it-
YouTube.
And it's a pleasure for me to join you.
Aw, thank you, Dan.
Nebraska Land Bank. Nebraska Land provides big bank services with the benefits of a local establishment. With 3 locations in North Platte, Nebraska Land provides home loans and personal accounting services along with business service as well.
North Platte Regional Airport. With 2 daily flights to Denver, North Platte Regional Airport is just one short connection away from any destination in the world, all with short lines and personal service. Remember on your next flight to fly with North Platte.
Pepsi. From providing beverages to Plainsmen home games to being in the local deli's drink cooler, Pepsi is proud to support the North Platte Plainsmen, and our thanks to them for keeping the drink coolers stocked and ready at Billwood Field.
Scottsbluff County Visitors Bureau. Located just 3 hours from North Platte, Scottsbluff County features some of the most stunning landmarks in the state. From Chimney Rock to the surrounding hills and bluffs, Scottsbluff County has it all for your outdoor exploring dreams.
Kyle McConaughey at the plate for the Plainsmen. An 0-1 count once again, facing Gavin Duvall. And the 0-1 pitches a little looper into right center field over the head of the second baseman Whiting. A leadoff single for McConaughey. Down by 2, the Plainsmen needing a rally. And McConaughey maybe providing the leadoff spark. A huge thank you to my broadcast live stream operator, Daniel Castagna, for coming on the last 2 innings, joining me. Once again, thank you to all the work he does. As the Plainsmen get through the top of the 8th, and Nikolai Arbach down by only 2, and Tucker Bond. He struck out looking with 1 man out and a runner on second back in the 6th. Now he looks to redeem himself. It's 0-1. McConaughey's single went right over the head of Whiting as Bond hits it on the ground foul towards the third base side. Count is 0-2. 7, 8, and 9 in this inning for the Plainsmen, facing Duvall, who had 1 batter back in the 7th. That was Hockmer, who grounded out to Tate on a 3 unassisted. Pitch, runner goes, foul ball, off into foul territory, heading towards the stands, and it will get off into the metal bleachers. And so dangerous for Kyle McConaughey. He took off on the pitch. The foul ball, had it been caught, he slipped towards second base. He would have had to get back closely. Will not be a problem. 0-2 in the count. Runner at first, he stays. Bond hits it high in the air to left. Moving back is Pacquiao, now moving in. He will make the catch. That'll be out number 1. McConaughey moves back to first. And now Braden Zirkle. He is 0 for 5, 0 for 3, 3 strikeouts. McConaughey is at first. With 1 man out and the Plainsmen trailing by 2, 1 run in this inning would make it a 1-run game going into the 9th and get it a little bit easier for North Platte as the pitch is fouled into the glove. It's 0-1. And if they can avoid the 2-run deficit and make it as close as they can, a swing and a miss. The runner goes, ball trickles down behind the catcher, but McConaughey will stay over at second base. So 0-2 with 1 man out. To Braden Zirkle. McConaughey is in scoring position. On deck is Rui Yoshida. Swing and a miss. Throw down to third. He is safe. So Zirkle strikes out, his 4th K of the game, but McConaughey has stolen third and is 90 feet away from making it a 1-run game. And now it's Rui Yoshida. It was a leadoff single by McConaughey, trying to start a rally. Now it's up to Rui Yoshida. He takes ball 1 way high. He's 2 for 4 on the day with 2 singles as McConaughey tries to bait a throw down the line. Leading off of third, the infield playing back. Ground ball over to the shortstop to Jesus. Jesus bobbles it. He'll make the play onto first, and it's in time to end the inning. Plainsmen will trail by 2 as we go to the top of the 9th. They look to hold the Cage Rats at that 2-run deficit.
Looking to unleash your inner cowboy or cowgirl? Check out KJ's Boots and Western Wear. They will have you looking sharp for Nebraska Land Days. Whether it's boots, hats, or apparel, KJ's Boots and Western Wear will have you stepping into a world of Western style.
Great seats at a great price. Get them safer, simpler, and smarter with Ticket Smarter. A proud partner to the biggest names in live sports and events, including ESPN events and iHeartRadio. TicketSmarter has seats for over 125,000 live events and 48 million tickets for sale. All backed with the TicketSmarter 100% ticket guarantee. Thinking about your next great live event? Think smarter. Think TicketSmarter. Get your tickets your way, guaranteed, at TicketSmarter.com.
Clear Focused Eye Care, with comprehensive optometry service ranging from exams, corrective lenses, and treatments for dry eye. Clear Focus is your one-stop shop for any visual needs you have. Check them out at clearfocuseyecare.com.
Nikolai Arbach serves as the fireman. His day is done. And now we go to the ninth inning. Peyton Ramsey will take over on the bump. And he will face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters. For the Cage Rats, Ben Tate will be the leadoff man as Sweet Caroline plays at Billwood Field. And just like it has sometimes can be the rally starter for Red Sox games and Sea Dogs games throughout the Northeast, the Plainsmen hope it can get them through the ninth and maybe get a rally in the bottom half. Peyton Ramsey, he will be making his 4th appearance on the season. 7 2/3 innings pitched, has allowed 11 runs on 12 hits. Only 6 of those runs have been earned, as errors have plagued the Plainsmen defense throughout the season. As Ben Tate will come to the plate, he has struck out, walked, lined out, and singled. His last single scored an RBI. He moved to second on the block, was stranded at third in the 7th. Ramsey from Central Christian University, features a fastball in the mid-80s, and then a curveball, a slider, and a changeup. And he will hope to use his entire repertoire to down the Cage Rats here in the 9th. First pitch to Tate is low for ball 1. Ramsey readying to Tate, the righty. He will kick and fire. Swinging a little looper down the right field line, foul ball. It was a little looping line drive that, had it been an inch to the left, would have been a double or possibly more for the speedy Ben Tate. Instead, the count is even at 1 apiece. Ramsey pitching for the first time since his game back against the Larks on the 4th, as the 1-1 pitch is fouled off into the parking lot. Count is 1-2. In that game, he went 2 innings, allowed a hit, 1 run. He pitched the 7th and 8th in a 15-12 loss. Now trying to get a hold, as there's a line drive down the line in left field. That's going to be a fair ball. Moving over to get it is Hockmer. Over to second is Tate. Tate will apply the brakes after a leadoff double. And so the Cage Rats get a man in scoring position right away for Matt Whiting. Whiting has earned his ways on the tough way. He was hit by a pitch back in the 6th, scored a run then. He also walked, but was part of a double, not a double play, but a pickoff move by Ryan Kelly on a ball thrown by the then pitcher Nikolai Arbach, where they were able to backdoor him at first and get a key first out. Now he will hit to give a bit more of a cushion to the Cage Rats in a close game against the Plainsmen, the first where their bats have come alive. Their pitching has let them down a little, though, as the first pitch is outside for ball 1. Ramsey, just like the Mets legend Bartolo Colon, nicknamed Big Sexy by his teammates, will come set with a runner on second. The 1-0 pitch is a ground ball on the infield to Tucker Bond. Bond will take it himself to the bag. That is out number one. Down to third is Ben Tate. So one down and a runner 90 feet away brings up Nick Carlson. Carlson has been to the plate 4 times. 3 of them he has grounded the ball to Mitsuki Kono. 1 of them he grounded the ball to Jovan Suarez. None of his at-bats have left the infield, and he has a runner at third with 1 out. A ground ball could get a run home as the first pitch is hit on the ground over to third. Suarez has it go through him. It's picked up by Kono. Kono fires it wide of the bag. Runner holds at third. But a man on first after the error and just a bad sequence of events. Took a weird hop on Jovan Suarez. Mitsuki Kono was right behind him. So Tate had to go back to the bag. Kono's throw was wide of first base, and Tucker Bond is able to dig it out. So runners at the corner, 1 out. The middle infield is playing a double play depth. The corners are in. It's a fly ball to left field. Runner tagging at third. Hockmer makes the catch. Runner goes. Hockmer's throw home. It is a little up the line. Run scores. 3-run ball game. The first pitch, a hard hit sac fly to Nick Hockmer. It scores Ben Tate, and the Plainsmen will have to score 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th if they want to keep this game going. And now it's the top of the lineup and Holden Jatzula. He struck out in the 8th to lead off the inning. First pitch, strike 1. Man on first after the error. And you think for the Plainsmen, that first error of their game, had it been converted, A, this would be a clean game, and B, this inning would be over with no damage done. As the pitch is outside, 1-1 the count. To Yatsula from Giddings, Texas. Ramsey readies, fires outside, it's 2-1. Giddings, the seat of Lee County in Texas, right around the east central part of the state, about halfway between Austin and Houston. As Ramsey will check the runner at first. He's back in time, so the count remains now 2-1. Ramsey ready, fires, ground ball on the infield. Yoshida has it, flips it to first, and the inning is over. It will be a 3-run ball game as we go to the bottom of the 9th. The North Platte Plainsmen looking for their first win, while the Cage Rats will look to drop them to 0-9.
Great Plains Foot and Ankle, providing quality health care since 1991. Great Plains Foot and Ankle is the perfect place to go for any foot pains. And with no referrals needed, it's as easy as ever to schedule an appointment with them today.
Maple Park Dental Associates has the best quality dental care and the friendliest staff with top-notch dentists in 3 locations. You can be sure to get your regular checkups and cleaning plus any dental care anyone in your family needs, including fillings, crowns, bridges, root canals, wisdom tooth extractions, implants, dentures, partials, straightening, and whitening. They can even help with those facial fine lines and wrinkles. Love your smile with the help of Maple Park Dental Associates with offices in North Platte, Sutherland, and Broken Bow.
Miller Coors provides beer to Bellwood Field for the 2023 season. From Coors Banquet and Light to Budweiser and other Bud products, the Plainsmen are proud to have Miller Coors provide beverages for all Plainsmen home games, and please drink responsibly.
Mitsuki Kono, Jovan Suarez, and Ryan Kelly. They will be the rally starters for the North Platte Plainsmen in the 9th inning, down 10-7, as they look to avoid dropping to 0-9 to start the season, as Garrett Duvall finds his way back on the mound, trying to get through the 9th inning and keep a save and a win intact for the Cage Rats. And this first of 3 games that the Plainsmen and the Cage Rats will play at Billwood Field to start the season. The Plainsmen will return the favor later in the year in July on the 13th, 14th, and 15th with trips to Colorado Springs. As the final warm-up pitch is thrown, by Duval. The Plainsmen have had rallies in the 9th inning in the past. They had the leadoff man on in the last game against the Liberal BJs, but he was left out at first base. They had a runner on third in the 7th against the BJs in the second of the doubleheader, but he was left where he stood in a 3-run loss. Now the first batter is Mitsuki Kono. He has walked, and other than that, he has gotten out in his trips to the plate, and the first pitch is in there for strike 1. Inside and high at the North Platte lettering. DeJesus fires outside. The count is 1-1. Kono hit .267 coming into today, and he takes ball too high. It's 2-1. He has scored a run. That was after his walk in the 6th inning, the 4-run 6 that North Platte had, as he fouls one off to the press box just above our own window. I'd say maybe 2 or 3 feet above the window, exactly where I am sitting. Very glad there is cinder block up there, as Duval kicks, fires, fouls that one back into the netting. A less dangerous foul ball for me, so the count is 2-2. That's not the first dangerous foul ball I've seen in broadcasting. Ithaca softball has us up on top of the press box roof. It's right behind home plate, so looping foul balls find their way to us as the 2-2 pitch is in there for strike 3 called, so Kono is down looking. There's out number 1. That'll bring up Jovan Suarez. Suarez has a double to left field. He scored back in the 6th as a part of the E2 on the crazy sequence during Ryan Kelly's at-bat. Kelly is on deck. Suarez will look to start a rally. It is high, ball 1. Count is 1-0. Once again, going back to the topic of foul balls for Ithaca baseball, we're on top of the Arts Building roof as the 1-0 pitches a liner down the line in left field. Moving back and making the catch is Pacheco. That's out number 2. Some sizzling meatloaf off the bat of Jovan Suarez, but it finds the glove of Pacheco, and now the Plainsmen are down to their final out. Down by 3, and it will be Ryan Kelly. Kelly has found his way on in every single at-bat tonight. He walked in the 2nd as he hits a ground ball foul down the left field line. Count is 0-1. He was hit in the 4th and scored. He got a single back in the 6th and scored on the wild sequence, and then walked back in the 2nd, in the 7th. And he will call time down 0-1 with 2 outs against the Plainsmen, down by 3, on the verge of dropping to 0-9 to start the 2023 campaign. 0-1 pitch is in the dirt. That's ball 1. Kelly from Huntley, Illinois, hits a high fly ball in the air, right center field. Converging are the fielders. Whiting makes the catch, and the ball game is over. So despite some rallies by the Plainsmen, they will drop this game 10-7. They drop to 0-9 to start the year, and certainly not the way that Jared Jones would like this game to go. And a 4-run 6th inning, or a 3-run 6th inning, really doomed him in. The long frame where Dylan Graw and Sota Inden could not work their way out of it, as the Plainsmen now 0-9 going into Saturday's affair. Thank you for watching the Plainsmen YouTube channel. We'll be back with Game 2 of the series tomorrow. Same pitch time, 6:35. We'll see you then. Thank you.